What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully all is well. All right, let's get this show on the road. Guys, let me know in the comments if you can hear me, see me okay. I see that the camera is blowing out this red like crazy, but I'm going to leave it like that, because otherwise I'll be tuning it for 20 minutes. Another Wednesday. Guys, we haven't done a live stream in 38 days. It's been a minute. And we have a pretty special one today. And if you don't think it's special, it's at least cool. We're going to have some fun with it. Let's go scroll up and say hi to everybody. We got another CG. What's going on? Tin Talon. Digital Dragon, how are you? Long time no see, man. Hopefully we see each other here soon at some point. Fly Spirit Airlines. Well, hello, Spirit, or should I say goodbye? I don't know. That's pretty good. Lamrith, what's going on? Shrimp Father, what's up, Martin? How you doing? Sean Dawn, what's happening? Wick Central, of course. We got Kenneth in the house. Spirit Airlines is printing a 61-hour print right now. That's pretty cool. That's a long print on the P1P. Cool. Da Vinci, what's happening? Let's see. Lauren, what's up? Quinn, how you been, man? Good to see you in here as always. We got Gergman. Let's see, who else? Hey, Nigel, what's happening? LTX, of course. Lawrence has finally get to catch a stream. Well, welcome in. Thanks, Kenneth. Loud and clear. Cool. We see it and hear it. Thank you, Spirit Airlines. You've totally distracted me from everything with that name, I gotta say. That's a total W name right there. Timor, how are you? Mark M. Nice. Good song we got playing. Can you guys hear this? LL Dooley. Cool name. What's happening? Bearded Printer, how are you? U-Rock, how you doing? All right. Should be a fun stream. Yeah, I agree. Music is 0. All right, hold on. We got to fix that. Because it's blasting me. Here, I'll turn it up just a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. Can you guys hear that? Talking to Trump. Nice. I like that both of those, neither of those things actually exist. Hey, Burn Car, what's happening? This is going to be a 5-minute unboxing. You know we won't even get to the unboxing for like a good 30 minutes. Music is there now? All right, cool. Because sometimes it depends on what you're listening on. Sometimes if you're listening on like a monitor or a TV, you can't really hear it. But then someone will be on their phone or in headphones, and they're saying that it's too loud exactly at the same time. It just depends on your speaker setup. So I'm always pretty cautious about the music volume. I also get a lot of hate for my music in the comments. So they, some people just don't like the genre. But it is what it is. I never hear the music, but I think it depends on when you're watching on. Exactly. Yep, that's right. First class. Oh, that's good stuff. Laptop? Yeah, exactly. It just depends on what type of speakers you have and if they're a high fidelity or not. I just realized my camera is focusing on the 3D printed me behind me. There we go. Yeah, if I do this for long enough time, it'll just start focusing on him and I'm just a big blob. Thanks, buddy. All right. Oh, listening to my wife on the content creators live stream. Nice, pretty good. I just see if they're vibing out to nothing. That's got to be even more awkward than normal. Exactly. I had to print them with some improvements, Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate that. Anyway, guys, I have some important news outside of the printer that we're going to be looking at today. As you can tell, there's some new merch, and I finally got it in. All right, 3D printing is not a crime. grab yours at 3dprintsos.com. All right, made them as cheap as possible, so they're, one, very affordable, two, and you guys get something in return. Mine got lost in the mail. I messaged them. They're like, hey, no problem. We're going to check in. They did. They sent me a new one right away. No problem. So yeah, that comes in different colors. We have red, blue, and black. I got to admit, because I have black in the print, you can see this on black. They don't just like not print it. So if you don't like that kind of glossy look, on the, just warning you, on the black shirt, you can see this printed over top of it. And I know that's not like the best necessarily thing aesthetically. Some people don't care, and that's all good. But because I always like black shirts, so it is what it is. The red looks good. I know it looks kind of like hot pinkish right now, but that's just my camera. I promise you, it is legitimately as red gets. The blue also looks good. I think I'm going to pick myself up a blue one as well. And on top of that, I also grabbed the pretty cool Hot Ends shirt. So this matches our gaming mat slash printer mat slash desk mat. And this is a print all over shirt. So it has the pattern printed on it. So what that means is, and the reason why it's a little bit more pricey, it's essentially a white stretchy shirt that has our pattern, our Hot Ends pattern, printed on it. All right, so the whole thing has this print on it, and it has my logo hidden on the sleeve, I believe. Yep, right over here, right there, hidden, which is pretty cool. And it's cool. I gotta say though, I wear an extra large shirt. I do like them a little roomy because I'm a 3D person. Okay, so if you don't mind your shirts kind of like almost one of these, grab the same size. If you don't like them super tight, you might want to go one size up on these, like I said, because they're kind of like a stretchy fit. But definitely a really good feeling shirt. This is a really high quality shirt, whereas this isn't necessarily high quality. This is like a bargain, if that makes sense. That's why they're very inexpensive. But I actually like these heavier shirts. I think they just feel better on me. But like I said, it's because I'm 3D. Gergerman says 2.5D. Anyway, that's 3dprintsos.com. In fact, if we go there and refresh the store, you guys should be looking at this right here. So as you can see, we got our shirt, and it comes in blue. Oh, I forgot, even gray. I forgot the gray is available. Yeah, so they all start at 16 bucks, and they go all the way up to, I believe, 5X. Yeah, all the way up to 5X. So yeah, pretty cool. We still have the classics on here. Another thing that I probably should get to test are the shorts. They do look a little short. I usually like, you know, knee, or even sometimes a little below the knee. But yeah, these are pretty cool. It is expensive, I gotta say. It's expensive, but hey, it's pretty cool. They're like stretchy, comfortable, should be perfect for summer. If you want to walk around like a giant hot end, it's going to be a good look for you. 3dprintsos.com for the store. Guys, check that out. All right. We did the thing. The next thing is, as you guys already know, Polymaker sponsors my live streams with a giveaway at the end. So as you can see right there, and as you can see pinned to all of our streaming channels right now, there is a gleam.io link, and that should be running. Let's see. Yep, it is. It says 2 hours left. It should look like this. If you go here and you sub to the YouTube channel, regardless of what platform you're on, you can enter in here, answer the question that I have going on. Sometimes we read them at the end, sometimes we don't. But answer that and you'll have a chance to win. It's international. You can be anywhere in the world. Polymaker ships literally everywhere. You just have to be present, and you have to be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. All right? So nothing too crazy. We have some fun stuff today. So thank you, Polymaker, for that. And 3dprintsos.com for some cool merch. Let's go. I know a bunch of you people have already purchased those shirts. So a huge thank you for that. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick, and then we'll head in there. Oh, cool. This thing now tells me when there's an ad break. Looks like about a minute ago there was an ad break. That's kind of cool. I just did an update of all the things. I was really worried that nothing was going to work. But it does. All the apps seem to be working very well. Loved friend, how you doing? They need to watch out for crooks making 3D overlays for card machines and ATMs. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely people in the government that are using that just to be able to pass some things, to be able to stay in, you know, just to remain relevant. Actually, let's talk about that just for a split second. I do have a website that I launched. A lot of you guys don't know about this. And it's called 3D printer band tracker.3dprintsos.com. Here, I'll post it as a message. Whoops. Post it as a... Nope. Wait for it. I'm going to post the link as a message to all 3 platforms. Why can't I paste it? Let's go right-click paste. Okay, there we go. There's the link right there. This is a way for us to track all the legislation that has to do with a potential ban on 3D printing. At the moment, there's 7 pending and 1 passed. I do believe some of them are actually moving through further through the system. So the way that this website works, it explains what this is all about, or just a way to monitor them. It shows you all of the affected states, at least at the moment. I'm going to try to keep this as updated as I can. We got California with 2, Washington with 2, New York with 3, we got Colorado, Minnesota, Texas. As you can see, this is just adding on and on as we go through March. Here's another one pending right over here, which is unfortunate. If you do click on them, it shows you what this bill is about. It gives you all the details, and the most importantly, it gives you a timeline so you can kind of go through this and figure out when things are happening or potentially happening, and you can take action if it's your state, or you do want to still be a part of it and send something to the people in power. This should give you the ability to do so. There is on the bottom here, it tells you some history. Oh look, 3D printing's not a crime shirt. How cool is that? It gives you the linked sources to everything, to all the information that's published here. And there's also information on what you can do for each specific one of those and places for you to take some action. So that is a 3D printer band tracker.3dprintsos.com. I know it's a mouthful, but it kind of has to be. And we have a live ticker at the top talking about all of the latest updates to all these things. All right, let's see, what else did I miss? I must have that. Nice. But wearing that much red on stream is, well, it has to pop. I gotta get your attention, right? If you don't like it, buy 2. You'll get used even faster. Shirt idea. Charlton Heston with and 3D printer caption. You can prime a printer from a cold dead hands. Right. World's best merch. Look at this. Oh, thank you for the gifted subs, Print Creations. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And looks like LTX is now part of the fam. Thank you very much, and welcome. Catch 3D print mine? Probably. Is there a tube compact? Not yet. I can actually probably update some of the design at some point, because there has been a lot of new hot ends that came out since I illustrated those. Yeah, that could be a good idea as well. Nice. Good on you for losing 73 pounds. Jerry, thank you very much for putting in a order. I just saw an email come through. I appreciate that. I'll send you a message after this. That should be on a search. I mean, on a shirt. Let's see, what else? What else? Hey, Artoria, Petty Ruckspin, how you doing? One Raz, Gorilla Biscuits, what's happening? We got a lot of people coming in. Candid Parole. Yeah, one hobby that's not illegal and they want to make it illegal, right? Some people get into this hobby to get away from their other illegal hobbies, and now this is going to end up being illegal. Ooh, okay. Did I mute that? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Hey, Lamberth, how you doing? Criminals are going to be criminals? Yep. Yeah, I just saw, I think it was Zumi who posted in our Discord a link about 3D printed guns. There was someone who was arrested, and they couldn't have guns because they were convicted previously. But guess what? The criminals are going to find a way to have guns. It is what it is. Even though he couldn't have it, he not only made some, he bought some, all kinds of things. It is what it is. Criminals are going to remain criminals. All right, let's see. I'm just catching up with chat, everybody, before we jump in further. Just push print. How you doing? Kingborg, what's up? What's up? How are you still using the old school music software? That was cool back in the day. On a Mac, there is a an app called a Reamp, and it's essentially a brand new version of Winamp. And the cool thing is you can actually use the classic Winamp skins on it, which I personally love. That a little bit of nostalgia is awesome. I have a lot of MP3s that I purchased through an app that's licensed for my channel for live streaming and videos. So I have this large collection. Every time I edit a video, I at least try to add 1 or 2 pieces of music that are new and fresh. So my list just grows, and I have this giant library of MP3s that I can play without getting flagged on the channel. So I was trying to find a cool way to play that during my live streams, and we found Reamp, which I'm just enjoying. Hey, Reprinted, how you doing? Zentenro, what's up? What's up? Patiently waiting for my Creator 5. Cool, cool, cool. Palm, what's happening? Stone Farmer, how you doing? Sorry, build scale model aircraft? Oh, that's awesome. I'd love for you to share some of that in our Discord. I'd love to see some of that. Because it really kicks the llama's ass. That's right. Yep. Stool changer. Random. Stool changer is a whole different thing. That might be a medical term. Oh, it's funny. If the bed with 3D printer is hot enough, they can make some moonshine. Yeah, that's right. Does your website automatically update? Both. Some parts of it are automatically updating. Some parts of it I have to. And it's just a matter of me spending a little bit more time and making it completely automated, which is the plan. Yeah, like I said, I think the Texas was added, and I didn't even notice. But then again, no, this is from 2025. Was it Minnesota that got added? March, April, May? No, I doubt it. Are any of these updated this month in May? I might have just missed that. But yeah, some parts are updated, some parts I have to push myself. The ticker should be pooling the most up-to-date news in relation to what's happening. If you put your mouse in it, it stops. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Should I get a P1S combo for Xmas? I've never had enclosed printer. You know, Bamboo machines are fantastic performers. You can get any single one of them and be really happy about it because they work so well. There's a bunch of drama revolving around Bamboo Lab at the moment. I just put out a little video on it. There's so much information about this. I kind of don't even want to get into it at this point. But yeah, if you don't mind about that whatsoever and you're interested in a Bamboo machine, it's really hard to talk bad about their hardware. The hardware is unbelievable. They make some of the best machines around. The company itself just does some strange things time from time to get into the headlines of 3D print news. Printing your double Veramod, awesome. Cool, that was a fun one to make. There's some other cool ones out there, by the way, that do similar things. They were posted after mine. I must have given some people some cool ideas, but they look really nice. Better designers than I am. All right. Hey, Bearded Printer with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you, man. Thank you. And there you go. We got 5 new members. So 6 new members total because of the stream. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. All right. What I like to do typically before we start the unboxing is look at the marketing. So today we're going to be unboxing the Flashforge Creator 5. Guys, if you are interested in this machine, definitely click the link down in my description. It'll take you here, and all it does is just, it gives me credit for sending you there, and I get a tiny, tiny kickback if you do end up buying this thing and ordering it. I would obviously really appreciate it. It helps the channel quite a bit. All right, let's go through this. So this is, looks like it says $7.99, which is interesting because it also says, and I feel like they should have made this a little bit larger or better highlighted. When you put this thing in the cart, you get $100 off that's applied in the cart. So this is actually a $699 machine. which is pretty amazing. Like Flashforge is definitely pushing this whole thing forward in terms of price. So there is a little bit of a race to the bottom, as we've always had with every type of machine that's ever come out and then been copied in some way, shape, or form. So the good thing is about this is we get better components, better hardware for cheaper as these companies push to make these prices lower. Yeah, Snapmaker is a fantastic machine. I've been absolutely loving mine. So, is there a giveaway link? Absolutely, Brian. It should be linked at the top of the chat. And if it's not, let me see. Let's see. Let's put you over here. That's right. It's not pinned. There you go. It should be pinned to YouTube. Let's check here. All right, it looks like I missed the pins. So it's pinned there. And I can't even pin it on Kick, so it is what it is. Yep, so it's pinned on all 3 platforms right there, so we should be good to go with that. My bad, and thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Hey, Warhawk. The best marketing that got me was the price. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What was this? It was a gifted YouTube membership, and looks like you got one. And YouTube members get to see my videos a day or 2 early. I'm editing one for the Max 4 at the moment, so that video will come out for YouTube members and Patreon members a day or 2 early before it goes live on the channel. Nice, good one. When's the Pro? I'm not sure. I actually requested the Pro first over this one, but it looks like every creator got the non-Pro, so I'm not sure. Banana for scale, you spotted that, huh? Nice. Yeah, Tulsa, another 5-minute build. That's right. All right, so let's go through this. So we got a $699 printer because of this. We got 4 independent tool heads. This should all sound pretty familiar for the most part. Fully automatic calibration, high-speed performance, 0 purge waste, maximum efficiency, 500% faster multicolor printing. And what they mean by that is that's over something that has a single tool head. It has the cut and purge. Flawless print quality with smart compensation. Okay, cool. We'll be testing that. Multi-material capability in 1 print. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just ordered a Creator 5 Pro about 5 days ago. Nice. I'm being impatient. I want it now. Right. I totally understand that. Why don't they have a stat that states how many people will be jealous if I own it? Hey, we can start that maybe. It looks like, strangely enough, you can also opt in to spend an extra $100 to add air shipping, which is interesting. So air shipping takes about 15 days, whereas regular takes about 30 to 40. So if you don't want to be patient, you can spend an extra $100 there. I guess you get a discount for it. So if you're up for the $7.99, you can just do that. So that's cool. All right, let's go into the marketing here. I do gotta say, the machine looks really interesting with its whole sideways thing where you can see through it. You know, first time I've seen a machine without something in the back was the U1, and then this one comes out and it also doesn't have a back. Kind of interesting. But yeah, it is turned sideways, essentially. So we got faster 4 tool heads, 1 print, tool switching, less waste, auto calibration, and vibration compensation. All right, cool. Let me switch the song. There we go. Pin went away again. Shouldn't have gone away. Yeah, I can only unpin. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Try to scroll to the very top of the chat. All right. Soval? No, I did not. It's Soval and Elegoo are the 2 companies out of every other possible manufacturer in the 3D printing space that have never returned my emails. But I would love to. I would love to check out everything that they got, both of them. We are at 95 machines, I believe. So I need 5 more machines to reach 100 tested machines. I'd love to do that. All right, so Flashforge. Next gem FDM printing, powered by interchangeable multi-nozzle and smart full. Guys, for those that know, I know I've seen this mechanism before or something extremely similar. What machine is this from? Is this their proprietary thing, or is this an open source thing that I've seen somewhere else? Am I making that up? Minshin? Really? Out of all the companies, Minshin? Wow. Black box. That's it. That was one of the original ones, right? Way before Prusa did it. Looks like a flux capacitor. Yeah. And it prints really hot. It's like a more industrial machine. Multicolor printing, founder. So they're kind of regurgitating what they've said before and kind of just showing it. Nico, what's happening, man? How you doing? Thanks for subbing to the channel, Play Video. Appreciate that. 1.21 gigawatts, that's right. Near zero waste. Mosaic color black vase took 69% less time and 74% less material. Pretty cool. Fully automatic multi-tool head offset calibration. This should be under the bed. Flawless surfaces and they were auto compensation. Cool. Looking forward to this. It is a smaller build volume at 256. Common size they chose, obviously. But from what I understand, the beds themselves are actually larger because the machine can reach all the way from edge to edge. So that should be interesting as well. Insights from real users. We got Jonathan looking like he's biting his lip. Jonathan, why are you so unhappy in this photo? It's a great deal. Also, yours has a door on the front. And then we got Clayton also looking angry. Why are you guys so angry about this machine? JJ didn't put himself into the thumbnail. JJ, you got to step up your game. Our other two friends are over here mean mugging. JJ, you got to do an update, buddy. Forgot to state what state you're in. I am in Maryland. So more than close, Tulsa. Versatile solution, makers, families, 3D print farm, education. Okay. So pretty standard stuff. So one thing I did want to touch on here. So it does have it has 2 improvements that are actually really important. So one is this. The print bed can go to 120. Why is that important? Because 120 is hotter than 100, and when things are enclosed, 120 is faster to heat up that enclosed area than 100. Obviously, they're open right now for this machine. It's not the Pro, but it still matters. And then the second one is this. The extruder's max temp is 320. So unlike 300, 320 brings us to PPA CF, and that is currently one of the most... I don't want to say extreme, that's not the right word, but it's one of the toughest materials that you can currently print. So it's called PPACF or PAHTCF, essentially or HTPA. Hold on, now I got my words mixed up. Where are my boxes? PAHT, which is a high temperature nylon. And 320, you should be able to print PPACF. So I'm definitely going to test that. And it's going to be amazing because the reason why that's amazing is if it can handle printing PPACF, one of the other tool heads can print ABS, which means that machine should be able to print ABS supports on a PPACF print, which is amazing. It's literally industrial. I'm not saying this is meant to be printing that stuff long term, that type of thing. But if it can do that, you can print some amazing things, especially if we can later enclose this model. That's going to be really important. Take it out of the box. Come on, Glitter. I like to chat with you guys first. What's going on here? It's only 9:30, man. All right. What's in a box? Typical stuff. All right, and that's all the marketing. So now that we know what they're telling us, which to be frank, it's not actually pushing much on you. At least nothing kind of new in terms of information. You know, 500% faster. You know, it's not 500% faster. Come on. Unboxing without the un. That's even better. Also, they did send me some filament. We do have some black PLA. Is it just regular PLA? It's not. It's high-speed PLA Plus. We also have black, white, light pink, and neon orange. So those are the ones that we're going to be putting this in there. All right. I guess we'll do the unboxing. Let's get into it. Let's lower the table. Do they send a set of clear CMYK? No, but I do have BQ's CMYK so that we can test that on the U1. I don't think the firmware, software on this machine handles CMYK just yet. Hey, dude, what's happening, Brian? How are you, man? I saw that you were streaming yesterday, but I just couldn't join. I was a little too busy. My apologies, man. I'm going to have to go back and watch that because I'm definitely interested in that machine and definitely interested in that build. How did it go, man? Hopefully okay. But yeah, another tool changer. So technically, I should be able to, once I get a bunch of testing on this, I should be able to make a comparison between this, the U1, and our H2DC, which is an H2D converted to H2C. And then hopefully at some point, we can get the index in to do that and add that to our comparison as well, because my Core 1 is looking lonely. Alright guys, you guys already know this. We're gonna have to very likely put this on the floor, but let's see what they got on top. So on top, we just have a quick start guide. I'll just keep that handy here. Oh, that's it. There's actually nothing else in the box right there. So let's put this thing on the floor. I posted some photos of my aircraft in Discord. Awesome. Cool. Chat about anything. You can put it in the main one. It's 3D print stuff. But yeah, Stone, I like seeing your projects. Because I can't always do a bunch of projects, even though I want to. So it's fun to at least live vicariously through you guys. Stream is good. Hopefully, knock the rest off. Awesome. Good to hear, man. Good to hear, dude. And the wheels have been looking so good, so good. Does Flashforge have a fork of Orca Slicer? They do. They call it, it has a new name, by the way. They have a new slicer that's called Flash Studio. It used to be called Orca Flashforge, but when you try to update it, it gives you a whole new slicer, which is called Flash Studio. So I don't know why they did that, but that is what it is. I don't know if they had to skip some versions or they need to do some updates. I'm not sure. All right, so we got pretty good foam. It's the soft but dense stuff, which is very good. I wonder if full spectrum color can be ported over. I have a feeling it can. There's no reason why it can't. One thing I don't know about this machine is what the firmware is. And now that I think about that, they don't mention Clipper, do they? Let's see. Actually, it'd be easier to just do this. No, so they don't mention Clipper anywhere on here. Is there anything about remote monitoring? Is there anything on here about firmware? I guess we're gonna have to find out. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a great thing to look at. I'm very interested to see. I mean, they don't even say that they have their own, right? They don't say that they're running Clipper, but they also don't say they have their own, you know, Flashforge OS or whatever. So we will have to look into that. Is there anything in here? Protection, space? No. Okay. We'll have to look into that. Thanks for helping me think of that. I think the Flashforge is still terrible on Mac computers, according to Keo. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to check it out. Yes. Yep. That's true. Yeah. Right. Right. Glitter. No. This is gonna be the longest unboxing. That's funny. All right, let's go. So this, much like everything else nowadays, they want me to pull it by the bag. It's actually a pretty light machine in comparison to many. AI says it runs Clipper. Says Aurora Tech talked about it. Oh, okay, cool. Actually, that's probably one of the only ones that I haven't even seen. Man, she does some serious deep dives, doesn't she? Wow, very, very lightweight machine. Very lightweight. Like, it feels as light as the 85X. Is B Cuddy in the house? B Cuddy, you around, dude? Do I still have the... I do still have it. Never mind. I have the 85X. Just for some comparison later. I'm at the slicer update, not the unboxing. Okay. Well, we also have to do a firmware update. They asked me to make sure that after I unbox it, I do an update. Hey, Hybrid, how you doing? All her videos are top notch. I agree. Hey, Papa's here. What's happening? All right, actually, I'm going to lower the table back down some so I can see the top here. And I'll lift the camera up higher for you guys. Let's put this back in here so I can drop all the foam in. Let's get the camera a little higher for you. Bear with me for a second. There we go. We'll do it like this for now. Here we go. Let me rotate it just a bit this way. There we go, like that, right there. Boom, boom, boom. You might get some shakes here and there, but it should be pretty good. I think the last live I watched 2 hours, you unscrewing. Unscrewing your build to swap parts. That sounds about right. And you know what? At least I was having fun the whole 2 hours. Hey, Beads. Still want the U1 over this? Well, I have both now, so I'll be able to at least try to help you make that decision. I'm still lying the Cobra X. The Cobra X is awesome. I actually really like the Cobra X. I can't believe there's another one. There's a Cobra 4 now. It makes no sense to me, especially because it doesn't have the cool tool head that the X has. I don't know. I'm really confused about that. But the Cobra X is cool. I'm enjoying it. I watched your video about the Anycubic S1 Max earlier. I still have to do a review on that. I just haven't had the time. I like how much foam they're using to keep things safe. Yeah, same. But the printer is very light, though. Like, very, very light. Like, can I do it one hand? Yeah. It's light. I'm not the strongest person ever. Also, I just noticed it's got those... If it doesn't have hula feet, they have a lot of movement in them. So, pretty good feet under there. How are you liking the S1 Max now? It's solid. It's definitely a solid machine. I want to make a video that kind of points out some of the things that Anycubic has been doing kind of like behind the scenes. They're not necessarily big deals in terms of a printer feature, but there's definitely little bits of innovation that like the Cobra X has and the S1 Max has. So I'll do that at some point after the videos I'm working on now. About 4 kilos on the right-hand side. I'm surprised it doesn't fall over. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's go. Let's pull the stuff out. Let's figure out how they want me to do it. It looks like this goes up first. So I think... No, maybe not. Is it supposed to come out down? No. All right, am I going to have to look at a manual for how to remove foam? Hope not. We have... There's a screen right over here. Oh, it's smaller than I expected. It's this is like an old iPhone. Current iPhone, old iPhone. Very cute. Hey, layer by layer. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you raiding the channel. Also, I'm very happy to say that I now have an announcement that tells me that somebody's raiding, so I can actually say thank you. Before, I just had to wait until people are yelling at me. What's up, guys? I hope you guys had a good stream. Our schedules definitely do not cross, or they do cross. Yeah, they don't cross, because I never get a chance to watch live. I always have to watch a little later. But welcome in, everybody. Just checking out this machine. We haven't gotten very far in unboxing so far, but we have the Creator 5 from Flashforge. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here, let me lift it this time. There we go. Now you can actually see the name. Cool. What's up, Adam? How you doing? We switched to Wednesdays? Oh, okay, okay. I've been looking for more informative reviews on the Anycubic S1 Max. Yeah, Crafted, I still haven't had a chance to, but I'm still testing that machine out. Let's see. Is this just kind of force out of here? Yeah, I guess so. All right, definitely some serious foam on and in this machine. Let's keep going. Okay, so they give us little tiny samples. Flashforge, I believe I've been making this not claim, but I've been saying this to everyone so far where I unbox and I pull this out. Guys, sometimes this is going to be some people's first machine. It'd be really, really cool if you guys can go from this to the smaller spools at least, like 250 grams. And just so that if you got this as a gift or it's your first machine and you do this unboxing and you're super excited and you're like, man, Flashforge, yeah, I can't wait. And you unbox it and then you can't really use it that much. I mean, you can, I guess, load this in and do like a first initial test. But then you're going on Amazon and buying some, you know, some filament. You guys have filament. Flashforge makes filament. It'd be amazing to see some small spools just so you can get your feet wet. You could print a couple things. You can make something that you saw online, like that type of thing. I think it's a small gesture and a small cost that's going to go a really long way if this is your first machine. Another CG 500. I mean, look, I used to say 500, but even 250 would be nice. You know what I mean? Just curious, have you ever used any conductive filaments to build circuits in the models with wires? No, but I've always looked at it and have always thought about it. But no, I haven't actually done it. Cobra X hasn't been flawless. Mine has an issue where the bed just can't level in the bottom right-hand corner. It doesn't seem to affect too many prints, but if I do like a single print, a single layer print, it does become pretty relevant, or at least I can tell that it's happening. Other than that, it's been pretty good. Printed long things, quick stuff. It's been a good machine. I've had several people in the store this week with new printers and no filament. Very frustrating, young kids excited about their first printer. There you go. Thank you very much for posting that, especially from somebody who literally runs a store, and not an online store, a physical brick and mortar. And this proves that my idea isn't just my idea. It's a thing that's happening. And yeah, I think you can get someone hooked onto your brand further just by including some filament, a little bit of filament. Yeah, Adam, right. And the U1, you know, the U1 did it. They give you medium-sized spools, and it's really great. It makes you feel really good about the unboxing and the machine. All right, so we got some little parts. I'm not sure what this is. This almost looks like what do you call it? After the purge, this thing sits on the hot end so that it doesn't leak. And just some hardware. We have some grease and some super basic tools. I'm assuming we'll need all that hardware to install things like this. We'll check it out once everything is unboxed. All right, can this just come out forward now? I sure can. Watch the wires there. All right, and the build plate is on the machine. So we just have to get this out of there. Is this all multi-piece? No, this is a single piece. Okay. So we have our tool heads here, it looks like, and this looks like is the main unit itself that has some brains in it. Interesting packaging. This is... Where's our camera here? This is a crazy piece of foam. Crazy. They went nuts with the glue and the laser cutting, huh? Look at that. Who designed this? Pretty cool. All right, we'll throw that in there. It's perfect. Hybrid, I'm getting excited about 3D printing again. Yeah. I've been doing this for a little while now. I believe at least 8 years. And I say this all the time to people, like, unlike a lot of other things that I've done or been really into, every time I, like, essentially log on, there's something super exciting going on in this hobby, in this industry. And that's pretty cool. Oozguard. That's a good word. There you go. Peter, I'm glad you're looking at this. I'm deciding between this and the U1. Yeah, Mike, like I said, I really wanted this so that I can test both of those machines pretty much directly. Let's be real. I like the way this one is put together. Yeah, I'm enjoying seeing how companies tackle these things. Was that rainbow filament I spy? No. What you mean? The thing that they gave us was 4 little samples. No rainbow. I can definitely say the U1 is solid. Oh yeah, the U1 is definitely solid. I'm definitely enjoying that machine. The U1 is, well, right there. I've been watching you since 2019 when I got my original Aquila. Hey, we got a true OG in the house. Appreciate that, Stone. Always amazing to hear. And how about this? Since you have been watching this entire time, can you tell that my excitement level is about the same pretty much every single time? I'm more interested in the Pro version. Same. I, too, am more interested in the Pro version. However, I don't think they have those samples out yet. Because I really wanted to test that first, because the things that I personally like to print usually involve an enclosure. And what I'm hoping is that I'm hoping that you can extend this machine with an enclosure. That's my hope. I've owned at least 6 different printers. Awesome. All right, so check out how they did this. So they just give us quite literally these very small, not so lightweight necessarily, but small, very compact hot end design. They are already attached together. So that's pretty clever and different. Very cool to see the way they're doing it. Let's take a look at this. It looks like we have a potentially hardened nozzle tip. How about, there we go, there it is. All right, so we got a pretty good fan, a good looking fan. Is it a 30 mil? So a pretty thick 30 mil fan. We got a hot end right there. We have openings on both sides. This is a manual cutter, and that's going to be a theme with this machine. There's definitely a lot of manual going on with this machine. The U1 has a lot more automation to it, whereas this one is, and that's how they got the price down, right? The price is down because there's a lot of manual stuff here. All right, let's see, what's the better way to do this? So those go down here, and this should be flipped and installed down. Actually, let me turn this towards you guys so I can show you how this is looking. I prefer the manual filament handling on this one. Well, here's the thing. So on the U1, I actually have the modification where you add an Anycubic Ace Pro to it. And so basically those motors in the Ace Pro help push the filament up and into the tool heads, which I actually really like. That little bit of automation makes it very convenient. I mean, it's pretty easy to just feed some filament in. And because of that, you'll be able to use TPU much easier than you will with my current setup on the U1. You know what I mean? So, hardened steel nozzles. Yeah, Nate, I'm not sure if they're hardened steel, but they're at least definitely steel. So this looks like I can just push this down. Let's see if that's true. Push this down. And the back, no. All right, let's try that again. So these plug into here. Looks like I should be sliding this downward. Let's see if I can get those keys to align. So far, I can't. Okay, so we got a little bit of a misalignment between this and this. Let's see, let's try it again from the top. Does it just slot downward? It needs a little bit of oomph. Yep, it does. All right, then we'll wiggle it on, and bam. Okay. And it looks like there's two pieces of hardware to attach that. Let's look at the start guide. Start out with an Ender 3 V2. Yep, I started out with an Ender 3 original V1. But yeah. Which companies would do a bit better than just making the same round corner Max style enclosures? Right. Yeah, you're right. Well, think U1. U1's a very different enclosure. Hey, Jack in the shop, what's happening? What are the odds something else was supposed to be done before we put that in? Very high odds. Use a plough hammer. Yes. All right, so they do show you how to remove everything from the box, which I didn't look at. Yep, so you are just supposed to slip that on in, and then there's a bunch of hardware to throw in. Let's see, so 3 and 4 is what? Does it tell you what 3 and 4 is? 3 filament inlet, 4 extruder cooling vent. Okay, so that's not actually hardware, that's just explaining what things are. Here's how you put the screen on and the screws for it. Looks like before I put those on, I have to put on the ooze blockers. All right, so let's get the hardware out. And let's follow these steps then, because it looks like I could potentially mess everything up. The bags are labeled, so that's going to help us in a second here. All right, let me get my trusty Hodo. And we will go from there. All right, let's do this. So, first things first, the screen. I can't tell what the front and what the back of the machine is. What a wacky design. So the screen looks like has its own little custom PCBs instead of a cable. That's pretty cool. That makes things a little bit easier. Almost always, this is some kind of strange ribbon cable, but that's really cool. AI says hardened steel shipped with printer. Nice. That's great. That's great. Look at this. There's just a nice little touch. Little Flashforge logo right there. Pretty cool. All right. So it looks like this can only go in one way. It is keyed. So that slips on. And we need M3 by 6. M3 by 6. There's 3 of them, but we only need 2. As per usual, right? All right, let's find the correct Allen. Right there. DSP builds a printer. Man. All right, looks like these are threading into... Is it threading into plastic? I can't tell. I think so. And we have angled down and up quite a bit. Okay, fantastic. Next, install the extruder module. Okay, extruder module. Let's see if I can do this somehow and still show it to you guys. Looks like that's going to be a little bit tough. Let's see. So we'll just have to go up this way. Get this thing as high as possible. Looking down. And I should be able to still see. Okay, you guys can see that. All right, so we need to pop these things on. And looks like in a really clever way, these things just clip down. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a cool design. I can appreciate the simplicity here. Also, check out how these things are held. It's just 2 pins and then a magnet. So there's nothing really... There's no like moving mechanism in there, is there? As far as mounting them goes. Alright, so I was supposed to push this down. I already did that. Yep, we did that. Yep, okay. Use the little channels. Then it says mount it with 2 M3 by 16 screws, which is these. Of course, there's 3 of them again. You know, we like extras. You don't beg? I sometimes beg. Looks like a PCI slot. Yeah, it does. It does, actually. All right, let's throw these in. Nothing exciting, just some screws. Okay. Hey, Glitter, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that donation. Thank you. Very kind of you. Very, very kind. I appreciate it. All right, so now it says mount the 4 extruders onto the extruder dock. All right, so we have our little extruder, and how are they mounting onto this dock? Did I put these in upside down? Did I put those little rubber pieces? I did. I mounted every single one of these things upside down. It's all right. I swear, I'm an expert in 3D printing, I swear. All right, down that way. So now this should plop. Very nice. And this is the next one. Oh, this way. Bam. Next. Bam. There's something charming about this. I like the packaging here. And then we have this cable, which is a USB-C cable, and I'm assuming that's going to go to our main tool head right over here, which has a really interesting setup over here. I'll flip this thing over in a few and show it to you guys. Let's go ahead and plug that in. Plugs in really, really easily. And for that, we need ST 2.9 by 9.5 screws, which is wild. So these are self tappers. I want a laser head replacement, and I don't have final run yet. Well, if they're doing it with other ones, they might be able to do it with this. Especially if this is running Clipper and you have some actual control. Alright. Alright, self-thread. That should be good. Anything else I need to know? Oh, okay, so now the bed is held down with some screws, of course. Whoops, wrong size. Here, let's rotate it so I can show you the tool head there, but also the bed. So the bed is on 3 linear rods, and I'm not sure if this is belted. Maybe we can look at the bottom and see if it's belted or individual. But once again, they're not using 4, they're using 3, which is cheaper costs, less things everywhere. And that's a good thing. All right. Okay, we have these 3 screws out. So the bed is no longer held. I actually do want to see the build plate difference. So here we have the Flashforge build plate. And let me grab a standard 256 by 256 bed. So there's the typical one. It is a little bit narrower. Lengthwise, we're good. But on the sides, this one is definitely smaller. And from what I heard, this machine should be able to use the full build size here. Put that back. And then here is the U1 build plate. Let's see the comparison here. Actually, here, let's put it behind it. Not too much bigger. Surprisingly, not too much bigger. I'm definitely surprised to see that. All right, let's put this back. Looks like this thing is keyed in a specific way. And let's put this machine back. Definitely tight inside of that U1 machine. This has definitely a little bit more breathing room around everywhere. It must be just larger dimension-wise than the U1. Are you familiar with R.C. Willis? I think so, yeah. Some printed calibers. Yeah, but it's fun to do stuff. It's fun to print some things sometimes, you know. Hey, BW, what's it going on, man? U1's 270, 270, so really not that much larger. Yeah, right. Okay, what else we got? I think they should have made it 256 so you could use that build plate ecosystem. I actually do as well. As much as I don't like that random sizing, if you have other machines that size, it's so nice to be able to swap. I was also equally as excited when I built my Micron, realizing that the Micron has the same size as the A1 Mini. Since I already have a bunch of plates for the A1 Mini, having build plates for that Micron is kind of fun, you know? So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But if we get a little bit more out of it, also better. More is better. All right, so we have to put these on now to whatever the back is. I'm guessing this is the back. And what is this? Insert the spool holders into 4 holes. These actually have a sticker over them, surprisingly. What's up with that? So it looks like they put stickers over where the holes are here, and they're perfectly color matched stickers. Yeah, I wonder what the story is here. Is there some kind of other mounting possibility, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm gonna actually hold on to these. What I'll do is I'll put them, here we go, on this, where I'll put the extra hardware. And if there's ever some way to use some kind of filament management and we take these things off, then we'll have the ability to put that color matching little pieces on there. So does this go towards the outside or inside? Outside, huh? All right, and what do we need? We need M3 by 14 right over here. Let's get all 4 of them. Probably for dry box option they teased. Oh, I didn't know they teased one. Yeah, if there's a dry box situation for this, that would obviously be fantastic. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that's done with the manual nature of the machine. Does this run Clipper? I'm not sure. Jew, that's what we were going to try to figure out. I just searched on their marketing site and I couldn't find anything. And then someone mentioned that they asked AI, and AI said that it does run Clipper. I wouldn't be surprised considering a lot of other Flashforge machines are running Clipper. But usually they kind of boast about it, and this has zero marketing about what is running their firmware, at least on that main page that's above me right now. Maybe lock down Chinesium Clipper. I hope not, but it's very, very possible. That's for sure. Very possible. All right, so I believe that's it. Make sure all the steps above have been completed. Connect the power cord. Yeah, grab some filament loaded, and then they're telling us to go through the firmware. What I do want to do, like I mentioned, is as soon as we get this thing powered up and on the network, I need to check for firmware updates. They did say that I should be doing that first, so we will do that. U1 is actually open source Clipper. Yeah, it is. It is. I have a tutorial on my channel how to add a Ace Pro to it using its open source nature. So check that out if you want to. All right, I think that's it for the machine in terms of everything that we have to do for setup. Pretty easy and kind of exciting, to be honest. All right, let's rotate. Oh, right, the tool head. The tool head I wanted to show you guys. So check this out. Can you see that? So we have a very large metal plate, and it looks like the motor has this nice little sprocket almost on there. And the tool heads, how does this work? They just pop in. Okay, so they don't actually use magnets. They must use some other system because holding it to it doesn't actually mount it. So there must be something that rotates or turns. But so these three balls look like they go inside of the divots for alignment. And then in a center, there is a hex head. Actually, it's a star shape. And that goes into the middle there for the extruder. So this is just, these things are just hot ends with fans and a circuit. Whereas the cooling and the actual extruder is inside of here. Also, check out how it's mounted. All of the belts and the actual linear rail are on the very tippity top of this thing. So the whole bottom's kind of just hanging down from it. Very interesting and somewhat unique compact design. That's for sure. We're going to have to get into this at some point. Definitely. It looks like there is a pin right over here, a metal pin. You can kind of see it right there with a point. And I'm assuming that's going to that's going to be used for some kind of alignment here and there. So we'll have to check that out, how that works. Unbox complete seems pretty easy. Yeah, definitely seems pretty easy. Don't trust it. Flashforge spec page said it has AI detection. I don't think it does, and it's not a 1080p camera either. You know what? Sometimes the 1080p cameras, or even they mention 4K occasionally, aren't, because they're just not enabled to do so. And if you do enable it, they take up a lot of bandwidth and they go really slowly. So the camera can be technically 1080p, even though they use like 240. So they never opened it on the 85X. Right, you have to go around them to open it yourself. That's true. Is there an Ethernet port? I don't think so. No Ethernet port. The USB is on that side. Here we have a 4-pin connector. Nothing on the front. Yeah, no, we do not. We do not. Let's flip this thing. Is there anything on that side? No. Let's flip this thing down. What do we have under here? All right, so it is belted. So we do have a full belt. USB down there. Oh, okay, so the feet are just super soft rubber. Here is that 4-pin cable for some kind of expansion. Nothing really too crazy going on in here. We got tensioner for that. The belt tension's pretty good. This is where you plug everything in. Yeah, very simple machine. That's for sure. All right, so where is the front again? It's this way. Okay. All right, let's get the camera down to a reasonable area, and we will begin the process of turning this thing on and seeing what it's all about. All right, like that. And you know what? We'll go a little bit forward if we can. Put this guy here. Rotate down. Cool. That looks good right there, doesn't it? Open it up. There's Wi-Fi cards. I heard you could use RJ45 to USB with it. Did not know it could cam too. Flashforge Marketing says the 256 by 256 build volume. Can you try bamboo? I just did. I didn't put it in there, but I can. I have a ton of these plates. This is the new IBOS plate. Let's see. Can it be aligned in any way? No, I really can't. I mean, it's smaller in all dimensions, so I don't think you'll be able to use it if this thing does print edge to edge, like I saw that it does. But yeah, these build plates are notably smaller. And they don't quite align the same way. Let's try the U1 build plate, although I don't think it's going to work because of this attachment. Yeah, I mean, the U1 build plate will attach on here. It does hang off a little bit, so technically, if you're in a pinch, you can use the U1 build plates. It's just a little tiny bit bigger. All right, let's get this thing plugged in and give her a rip around the block, you know? All right, here we go. Yeah, guys, don't forget, this thing, excuse me, this thing is pretty cheap. Hold on, I got some coughs coming through. Oh, excuse me. This thing is pretty cheap, and Flashforge is pretty good at making things cheap, if that makes sense. So this definitely isn't going to be like a super robust, featureful machine. We'll probably have to wait for the Pro for that kind of stuff. Redo your mesh before swapping plates. That's right, or after. Yeah, that's true. Hey, 3D Medic, how you doing, man? All right, let's do it. Let's go. Powered on. All right, we got a Flashforge logo. Fantastic. Let's do it. While we wait, guys, for those just joining in, check out 3dprintsos.com for my new merch. We got this shirt in a bunch of different colors: gray, blue, black, and of course, red. Also, if you guys are wondering why this is a thing, the machine is singing to us. It's because I launched a quick website for everyone to check out. If you guys are interested in tracking the current 3D printing bills using official legislative sources, essentially, there's a bunch of different states that are potentially trying to ban 3D printing to some degree, and this gives you breaking updates up here on them, as well as covering all of the states with the actual bills that are going through. You can click on each one, and it'll take you to an explanation of each one, including a timeline of when things are meant to happen. And that you can find at 3dprinterbandtracker.3dprintsos.com. Here, I'll once again shoot it in the chat. So that if you guys are interested in just clicking on it and checking it out, that's there for you. And that makes the shirt make a little bit more sense potentially. Did you unscrew the bed? I did. Yep. I have one of those in blue. Awesome. 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 It looks good in blue. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to click English. Actually, we got to do the peel. Let me see if it makes noise. No noise on this one. Silent peel. Silent peel. All right. English. The screen feels very nice. That's for sure. Let's do this view so you guys get it a little bit larger. All right, we are going to jump on the Wi-Fi, of course. Right. Very small letters, but looks like with my fat finger, I was still able to type out an elaborate password. All right, it says it's connecting. Okay, we are connected. Let's go next. Device binding. Open Flash Studio app and scan QR code. Flash Studio app like on the phone? Do I even have that? I thought I had like every app on here. Let's see. I have Flashmaker. Is there a new one? Flash Studio? Probably. I'm gonna skip this for now. I don't think we need to do that. No voice command? I'm not sure. Not sure about that. Order the Pro, hoping it's good. Yeah, yeah. I'm really interested in the Pro for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. We're gonna hit skip for now. Yep, I took those out. Calibration can lead to a better print quality. Please remove the 3 marked screws. Please clear and unlock the hotbed. Okay, we did that. Let's go to calibration. Please confirm whether the screws have been removed. They have been. So far, I actually really like the English here. I haven't seen any mistakes so far. The LEDs look like they're interfering with my camera. They're not blinking like this in person. They must just be pretty inexpensive LEDs. There's a peel there. Yeah, they're not flickering like that in the in real life, in IRL. They are very blue, though. Like, that is quite the blue LED. Looks like the base is nice and flat. Unfortunately, it has some holes that are definitely going to collect some stuff inside of there, and I'll never be able to get them out where the rods are. So it might be worth figuring that out. Maybe there's a cover or something like that. Oh, no, it looks like the bearings will go down in there. Interesting. Oh, okay, so that's what that little pin was for. There's a little pin set up in there. Here, let me get the camera just a little bit higher so you guys can kind of see that pin. So that pin is what you use to home. All right, so homing was done. 39 minutes. All right, get comfortable, everybody. Let me get my shirt out of the way here. Let's put it on the stuff I have to unbox over there. We do have some filament to unbox, so maybe we'll do that while we wait 39 minutes. Yeah, it says 39 minutes. We'll see how long it actually takes. U1 calibration took a while too. Yeah, I mean, you know, I get it. It's not one tool head. It's 4. Also, we're gonna have to probably do some of it again because of the firmware update. Because you have to go through this automated process before you get to the menu where you can even change the firmware, right? So, be aware, not so good sellers. That's some good advice. You can definitely get yourself in trouble on AliExpress. But you can also find some deals depending on how brave you are. A couple of years of crappy A1 lighting in the camera view makes you appreciate it. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Project Dad's Garage, what's happening? Thank you. I don't know if it's nice yet, but so far so good. Definitely interested in checking this thing out quite a bit more. I still haven't calibrated my U1 as Snapmaker still hasn't sent me one. I see what you did there. Has anyone done printed files for an enclosure for the Creator 5 yet? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Have you sold any of your older printers recently? I did, just to one person, our good friend B Cuddy from Discord. And I still do have a list of printers to get rid of. Because I just cannot fit them in my studio and more are coming in. I will probably update the list to Discord, I guess soon. Right off top, I got, the V400, 85X. I have the Creality High, just the High, not the combo. I have the Ender 3 V3. What else is over there? The S1 Max I still need. The Chitty Q1 Pro is down there. And my beloved modified K1 Max, which I might give away instead of selling. I bought my first printer off Header. Hey, look at that. Bam, 5-star review, or maybe 5-star. Could be a 1-star for all I know. Snapmaker sent me a U1 after I sent them $900. Hey, at least they sent it. I'm really interested in the T Soval. Let's see what you guys are talking about while we wait for this. Where can I find their teas? Oops. Oh. Oh, right. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately don't have any way to get in contact with them. I've tried on social media. I've tried to send them an email from their contact form on the site. And I tried to send them to other contacts from other creators, and they just have literally never replied to me. Interesting. So they got 6 toolheads in there. Wow. That must be a fairly large machine then, right? So this thing still says leveling, and I don't think it's moved. Have you guys seen this thing move? Are we just heating up? Yeah, yep, it's hot. It's heating up. Coming soon on Facebook. Trying to get the Twitch side more populated. How you doing, Warpaint? No company replied back to me. Don't feel bad. I mean, listen. I know what that's like. For years, no one replied to me at all, or just replied and said sorry. And to be fair, I reach out to different companies all the time, even non 3D print related, for project ideas that I have and things like that. Like right now, I would love to get an e-bike sponsor to do this video idea that I had that involves 3D printing, and I've sent out dozens of emails, and not a single person has actually, well, some reply, but mostly no one goes for it. Are you going to compare it? Yeah, that's exactly. Yep, I have the U1 right. Oh, you can see it in this camera, right there. Yes, my plan for this is to, after this live stream and the first test, the first print, to start testing it to see how it compares to the U1. Oh, it is moving. That's right. Okay, we're good. What printer would you use to print on NinjaTech 85A? This. This, the U1 would be good. What else would be good? Pretty much anything where you can feed the filament directly into the machine. Tech machines would be pretty good. Just don't put it into a multi-material box. Nice. A great deal on that U1. Oh, that's true. That's true. Cobra S1. Solid machine. How you been liking it, Quinn? Next live stream should be doing full spectrum printing on the U1 and Creator 5 head-to-head. I don't think they have full spectrum for the Creator 5 just yet. But I do have another machine to unbox. It's behind me. Small box. It is the Infotech? Hold on. Infomech, right? Nope, hold on. What's the actual brand name? I think it's called Infomech. Infomech EX has some really interesting things. And Infomech had a teaser as well. Infomech, am I saying that right? Yes. Well, check this out. Check this out. So this is going to go on Kickstarter at some point. Does that look familiar? But yes, I have this machine to unbox. The EX. And it looks like it's literally an inexpensive version of other machines, but geared towards long-term printing, maybe for farms. But then it also has this. I didn't get this system, but I'm thinking they're going to send it to me at some point. This thing switches out build plates with unmanned workflow. So the whole point of this thing is you set the system up and it'll pick up the build plate, move it over, and load in another one. And the other Infomech that I had, the TX, was unbelievable. This thing it punched way above its price point. Way above. And ran on open source Clipper. There's still people messing with these machines on Discord. But this is quite the system. Pretty unique. And this machine is very compact as well. The box is light and small. So definitely looking forward to it. I have another live stream that I have to do with the Tronxy machine. I finally got in all the parts for it. We have a new bamboo H-style hot end, high flow hot end to put on there. We have a new extruder to put on there. We have a 400 by 400 build plate with a magnet to stick on there. So yeah, I got to do that as well because I do need a large format machine that's currently running because I don't have the Magneto anymore. I miss the Magneto, even though I didn't use it, even though I couldn't use it anymore. But yeah, we'll see what this is all about. Yep. Hey man, thank you for popping in here. I appreciate you, man. Have a great night. Let's buy a printer from a company. Well, if you heard of what's the one with the hats? Flying Bear? Right? Flying Bear? Right? Yeah, Flying Bear. Wait. Yep. Flying Bear is the European slash they pretty much sell to Russia, let's be real. This is the same company. Infomech and Flying Bear is the same company. As you can see here, they call it the Ghost 7 Flying Bear, and for the American market, we have Infomech EX. Looks like this is the same system here. The build plates are in here, and this is kind of like the conveyor that moves these things through. Yep, I've had so many of these machines now, and I've liked every single one of them. They've had their quirks, but that's because they're very inexpensive. So we'll see. We'll see what the Infomech is all about. Oh yeah, nice. You know, we like price drops. Jack, thank you, man, for being here. Have a great night. Yeah, Piopoli isn't trying. Piopoli is. They made an announcement. And it's quite the machine. So this is the Giga 800, and this is a pallet printer. What you can't tell from this photo is that this is... I knew about this machine a little earlier. This is an 800 by 800 by 800 build plate, and this just uses pallets. This thing is massive. This is it weighs over 900 pounds. You need a forklift to move this thing. This is an absolutely no joke machine. This is not something that you or I is gonna have in a studio. This is a professional grade monster. Yeah, here we go. This was the announcement. Yep, there you go. It has a feeding system, and it goes directly into here. 800 by 800 by 800. It can print 3 kilograms per hour. Piopoli can also retract. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, right here. And everything is open source in the machine. All right, so we're done leveling, and we're moving on into vibration compensation. Looks like the machine just picked up a tool head, so that's pretty cool. Yep, and we got the shakes. Hard to tell which axis it's doing because it's sideways. Based on the very low volume so far, I'm guessing it's the X. That would fill my whole apartment? Yeah, yeah. There's no way I could even remotely have that at any scale here at all. All right, now the thing's making some good noise, and that's the vibration of the panels back here. But yep, if I push on it a little bit, it'll stop. I'm installing a PTC heater in one of my Vorons, and all I heard is 800 by 800. Yeah. Yeah, Piopoli. I'm not sure what the price is. But this is one of those, if you need to know, it's probably not up to you. Oh, right. I think it's like 10 grand. Oh, 15. So they're saying most machines like this that are pellets and are that have this features with the enclosure are well over $100,000. This one is 15 grand and completely open source. Well, starting at 15. Yeah. It has no black box firmware, no nothing. It is yours to own, which is pretty major. Always been a big fan of Piopoly. It doesn't have an active chamber heater, but they claim the chamber can get up to 65 degrees. Half a Toyota Camry, that's right. If you had the option of only one filament dryer, which one would you get? That's actually a pretty good question. I think for the consideration, I would highly suggest the Creality, what is it called, X4? The Pi 4. Creality Pi X4, just phenomenal. 2 chambers, gets really hot. Or the E2 by Sunlu, simply because it goes to like 110 or 120. And obviously that opens the door to annealing. So it would probably be between those. Actually, the one that I use the most is actually the Tetris by IBOS, and it attaches to an old AMS. And the reason for that is because I print a lot on that machine, and having it right there and heat individual chambers is very easy to do. So it's good. Nodes are the same print for my K3 S1 is somehow twice as long to print multicolor prints. I believe that because the Ace, well, no, the Ace should be pooling less filament. Not sure. The Cobra 3, so they would both have the Ace on it, right? So that means that the hot end on the S1 has a longer path between the cutter. You could probably sleep inside an 800 by 800. Yeah, I mean, right behind here on the floor, I have a 400 by 400 that I just put wheels on. And let me tell you, that is absolutely massive. It takes up so much space in the studio. All right, we got some beeps going on here. So it says, to ensure the effect, please remove the heated bed. What effect are we talking about? Let's put that down, and this says removed. All right, so now we're going to do the extruder offset calibration, and it's going to be using that little bowl down there. All right, moving through. Creator 5 is $6.19 on AliExpress pre-order. Nice, that's significantly cheaper. On their site, it reads $7.99, but right down here it says there's a $100 discount, so it's $6.99 on their official website. So yeah, $6.19 is pretty good, but keep in mind, and you might want to check the text in the warranty. If you buy it from AliExpress, are they still going to warranty it? You might want to check in on that. Because you might be saving money because there's like some line that says like it has to be bought from an official website link or something. Nice. I'm working on a Rat Rig V-Core 4.1 400 IDEX. Ooh, IDEX 400 would be great. Thing's massive, and I have to put Neo 20 graphite build plate on it yet. Dude, graphite build plates are where it's at. What is this? It kind of looks like from this angle that we have some little scratches on the magnet. Although it is just a magnet, so that doesn't really matter. Ooh, is that thunder right here? That is some long thunder. Or is that my AC? Let's see. Worth checking. No, it can't be that. It can't be thunder for that long. Nope, it is my AC. All right. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, I was about to warn you guys if I just drop out, it's because there's a storm outside. Oh, okay, if it's from the official store, that might be great. I actually believe I have an affiliate link with AliExpress. Let me check. I haven't checked it in so long. I don't remember how to sign in even. Let me see if that's still a thing. Let me try to log in and check that out. Okay, I can log in. Let's see. And let's make sure we find the official one. So I see the official one. There is a $70 off coupon. Yeah. Is this the official store? Let's see. Yeah, Flashforge official store. All right, let me see if I can hook you guys up with this link. I'm gonna put this link in the description. Give me just 1 second. AliExpress. We'll rename this one to official. There you go. Guys, if you are going to buy it from either source, check that link in the description. That should take you to the Flashforge store on AliExpress. Yeah, I mean, it looks like here, it's already 30% off what they claim. And then there's a 70... here, let me just show it to you. Boom. Nope. Wait for it. Wait. Let me copy that link. Bam. Let's go back. Go here. There it is. Browser view. Yeah, so there you go. So this is the link. And yeah, we have a $70 off on $4.99. So if we copy it and we do pre-order, oh, I have to sign in to do it. But yeah, so that's out there. That's there. That's and this does say Flashforge official with their logo. So yeah. Cool. I always sand my magnets to get a flat bed. Interesting. There's a hole under the built plate for the tool head uses to offset. Yes. Yep. And it's doing that now. That's not what I meant. I meant on the way there, it looked like it put some little scratches on the rubber. Nothing. Not a big deal. I've bought so much stuff on AliExpress. I've had some bad luck there too, but definitely had a bunch. 90 coupon for me. Is there more? Let's see. Yeah, this is all mine is showing 70. Maybe it depends on where you've accessed this from. Is there a shipping charge? No, it says free shipping. 3D Bargains 090. Flashforge said the Pro is in the US warehouse, but they have not started to ship them yet to customers. Yeah, or reviewers, to be fair. I buy a lot of FPV drone gear from AliExpress. I literally currently have a box literally full of drone gear. I'm gonna do a drone build here soon. It's getting really nice outside, and I have a really cool build from a frame that was sent to me from a buddy of mine. And then before they had all the tariffs, I bought a bunch of motors, a bunch of ESCs and stuff. So anyway, looks like we have several sources for the Creator 5, which is pretty cool. Hey ZX, what's happening, man? Sand the magnets? I don't think I'd do that. Should be embedded slightly below the surface, right? Are they not? No, they're not individual magnets. This machine has a stick-on magnet. Cool. By the way, ZX, about the comments on the other one, I didn't think you were targeting anybody. I just wanted to make sure that I explained myself, even further in the comments than the video, because the video was supposed to be pretty casual, and then, anything where you mention bamboo gets a bit out of control, and then when people call me out on random stuff that's not true, I gotta state my piece, right? But yeah, it seems like at the end there we're on the same page, man. So I appreciate that chat and talk. It looks like there's going to be some spew on the bottom here, which I think is pretty interesting, that there's no like waste basket or chute. We'll see how they deal with that on the enclosed machine as well. Is there a way I can remove the #1 thing from my name without just not talking? Oh, on YouTube? I'm not sure. Oh, I think it has to do with because you made a donation earlier. It automatically like puts you up as the #1 current supporter. And Zumi's not here, and she said that she had brownies yesterday, and she said she was gonna make another one, more brownies today. Maybe I'll message her real quick on Discord, just in case. Here, let's go to where is it? Where's our live chat? Let's call her out. Zumi, we're live. Don't miss out. Bring your brownies. That's funny. Yeah, let's come back here. I hear you, brother. The bamboo thing is very polarizing. I totally get you. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. You had me at spew. Not just today. I'm always special, man. Hey, what's up, Jason? How you doing, man? Maybe she ate too many brownies. Yeah, I think she had a little bit too many brownies and she's sleeping. Hey, Havoc, how you doing? We just unboxed this contraption right over here with the 4 tool heads. Seems to be a very simple, inexpensive machine. And it is doing 39 minutes of calibrations. And then we need to update the firmware. And hopefully all that happens in about an hour so that we can start our first print on the machine. So we'll see. Hopefully after the firmware update, we don't have to do another 39 minutes. She's already eaten the brownie. She's sleeping. Yeah, I think that's actually what's happening for real. Hey, thanks for subbing, Pablo. Welcome in. She was here last night on the fake stream. Yeah, that's right. She was. I'm sorry about that, guys. I put in the 19th instead of the 20th. Isn't it Flashforge that said they would lock down their machines if the government ordered for them? Yeah, they did. They did say that, and then they backtracked immediately. But it was them. Yeah, they made all kinds of statements, apologizing, saying that's not what they meant. All that. But the important thing here is if they're making a 4-tool changer machine at such a low price, that means the next competitor is going to challenge this price. And what that means is we are going to, as consumers, we're going to have more options to be able to get this caliber machine at cheaper prices. That's right. The first thing in the list of new firmware says optimize the calibration completion prompt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, looks like we're going to have a stream of calibrations. Hey, Kerplop. Soval. Yeah, I would love to get in touch with them. If anyone has any kind of contact to anybody that actually replies to them, I would absolutely love to have a chat with them and love to showcase their machines. I can't seem to get in touch with them. One time I ate a box of cookies that I didn't know were special, and I spent the following 24 hours playing Gran Turismo on the PS2 while drooling all over myself. I remember one time I knew that a brownie was special, or it was a cookie. Was it a cookie? Yeah, I think it was a cookie. And I ate one on a tour bus going to Atlantic City. And I spent that entire ride, which is pretty long, staring out a window uncontrollably. Was the TV off? Have you heard anything about shipping dates? No, I think it is literally creators right now. I've heard nothing about shipping. Yeah, I think it will. I think there's no reason why it wouldn't be adapted to here. However, we have to figure out what firmware this is running. And if it's running Clipper, how much access do we have to it? Flashforge doesn't say anything about this on their marketing page at all. And it's going to be important to a lot of people. So that's going to be something that as soon as this thing is functional, we're going to look into. Soval is live on YouTube. Now let's go ask. Are they? I mean, I can't, because I'm live on YouTube. I can't jump and ask them myself. But yeah, I would love to have a chat with them. I've been trying for probably 5 years. Same with Elegoo. Elegoo and Soval. They're the two on my list of consumer grade 3D printers that I have not had a contact. I've used both their machines through third parties and never them. Zmod has a fund going to hack it already. Nice. It is very light and it is very well padded. I can lift it with one hand, the whole thing. Yep, cool. Oh, is something done? I see the bed going down. It says about 5 minutes left. Oh, we got lights off. That means it's saving a Clipper config. And it's doing a reboot. That's a dead giveaway right there. That's a dead giveaway. Watching at the same time as yours? Oh, nice. All right, let's see. It says 3D printer is ready with a little picture of a printer. And then it says start print. So we're going to hit start print. Okay, that's a pretty interesting user interface. Nice and clean. Can I click these? Okay, those are buttons. Look at that. Can I click this? Full power. Create now. Print file. Cool. All right. Let's go back. We got our filaments here. Nothing's loaded, obviously. This looks like movement. Yep. Okay. Pretty straightforward. We got settings here. Let's go to firmware right away. Checking for updates. And let me see which one I have on my desktop, because they did send me one. I have the Creator 5 1.78. Looks like that already exists on my machine. Although, can I see the firmware further? Extruder settings, interesting. Network, guides and support, basic settings, device name. Let's go to device info. Yeah, the firmware version here is just 1.7.8. However, this also has a 1.1.7. I wonder if it's still worth me trying to put that on there. Let's do it. I do believe I have some USBs here. You're the second creator that said that about those two companies? Really? Other people have had the same? I mean, I've heard of creators that have had those machines first. All right, let's see here. Eject that. Looks like this USB drive is from Anycubic. Let's go ahead and move all that to trash. Let's put this TJZ on here. I don't think I have to rename it or anything like that, but we're gonna figure that out. And I also don't think that I need to expand it. I think it just goes in like that on the root. Let's go ahead and eject that. 1.78 should be the newest. Yes, but it also says 1.78 and then has more numbers after it. So that's what I'm worried about. Where is the USB? Okay, it's all the way over here. Let's get that on there, and let's see. I'm going to guess I can click firmware, and it's going to check maybe and say, hey, I see it on the root of that USB drive. Already up to date. Basic settings, device location. What's that all about? Oh, it's like groups. Free memory. Okay, so you can like remove local files. Sound, clog detection, auto sleep, copy logs, factory reset, device info. It doesn't look like I can actually go in and do anything. Yeah, it does see that there's a USB, but I might have to rename that thing to just firmware and see if it does it. Let's see. Or actually, sometimes you have to turn the machine off and then turn it on. I put in a good word for you at Solval. You should hear back as soon as they think I'm somebody. Hey, Zen, I appreciate that. That's hilarious. So this thing doesn't really poop, right? Yeah, it just kind of has diarrhea off to the side. Yeah, it does just spew kind of off to the side right here onto the floor. There's no box or real good space for it, really. And then there is some kind of ventilation right here where it all rests, so we'll see how that works. Just use a diaper, that's right. BQ might have something to say about that. Alright, so it's booting up and singing to us, as Flashforge machines do. Does it have subfolders? No, it does not. Alright, it is on. And it still says full power, create now. I'm going to give it a second until it catches the Wi-Fi. There it goes. So it has symbols on the top here. It says Wi-Fi, USB, and camera. Let's go back here. Let's go back to firmware again. So yeah, this only checks online. And they didn't, I don't think they sent me directions on how to do a manual update. Okay, let me do this. Let me check support. Download center. Let's find the creator. If they even have support for it yet. It doesn't look like they do. Maybe let's go to wiki. Is the USB master boot record? Yes, it came from the other machine. Here we go, Creator 5 series. Okay, here we go. Firmware update. How to perform firmware update in your Creator 5, Creator 5 Pro. Here's release notes. Yeah, so 1.7, yeah, so 1.73115 is the first release, and there is a newer release. Okay, so let's go back one. And let's see how to perform firmware updates. Over the air seems to be the way. Is there a manual? Here's manual. We just click firmware, and then it should check it. Is there a way to... Okay, so there is no way, at least according to them, to do it from a USB-C, right? First connect it to Wi-Fi or Ethernet. It's going to look for new firmware, prompt updates through OTA over the air. And there's a way to check manually. How come the problem I'm having is there's no way I can check on the machine which 1.78 that I have. That's the problem. Printer info just says 1.78. It doesn't actually say anything else. 64. All right, one thing I do want to check. 64 is if we have Clipper access. We do not. Do you guys know if it's 4009 for Clipper? No. Is it 8080? I think it's for cameras, right? Let's see if there's something here where I could change to maybe there's like a button somewhere that would give us more device status. Like, is there like a developer mode or anything like that? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's nothing really like that on here. What's this? Oh, just more info. There's all the temperatures, that's speed, that's light, that's filament. Yeah, very limited UI there. 4408, let's see. No. Sign into Flash Studio, might be able to see more once it's linked. Actually, Clutch, that's not a bad idea. All right, Flash Studio, let's load that up. All right. Okay, I have to click this stuff, get started. Whoa, look at this. Okay, can I make this larger now? No. I have the Creator 5. Yeah, give me everything. All. Finish. All right, can I see the device? Let's see if they've improved this at all. Oh, there we go. Creator 5. Please log on first. Man. Why do I have to log on to use my printer, guys? Log on. How do I log on again? I probably have to make an account, which I don't necessarily like. Where is it? Network? No. These aren't buttons that work. Please log on. Okay. How? All right, let me turn this off and turn it back on. I don't think there's going to be any more settings in this firmware. It wants the mobile app. All right, here we go. Log on. Can I move this off screen? All right, hold on. Let me log on. I don't think I have a login. But maybe I do. Let's see. All right. Let's see if I got that right. Two-step verification. Sure. All right, we're loading. Yes, that was me. All right, did we log in? We did. We're logged in. I apparently have an account. 85X devices require an update. Okay, cool. It's okay. I'll do that later, considering it's not on right now. All right, let's go to device. I do have my 85X on here. Creator 5. Your device registration is successful. Track and trace. That's right. You can try LAN mode. That's true. That's all right. I like to, I'm going to use them how most other people are going to be using them. Just so that I can find all the quirks and all that stuff and test everything. And if there is a way for us to gain access to open source anything, I'll make a tutorial. In fact, if you guys see anything like that, point it in my direction and I will immediately jump on it. Do you still use the 85X? I haven't used it in a little while. I kind of wanted to make some content with this potentially, but I think I'm going to instead just focus on comparing it to the U1, which I think most people will appreciate. So I'll probably end up selling the 85X at a huge discount on my Discord at some point. All right, let's see. So we can control the machine, time lapse, local file list. Really, really basic. Here we go. Firmware version. Okay, that's what I was looking for. 1.1.7, and we have 1.1.7. Okay, so it is on the latest firmware. Good to go. We don't need anything else. So we should be set to start a multicolor print. Let's go. I hope the Flashforge has not done a stupid thing. I don't know. So far, I'm not very hopeful that because I can't see. There's no advanced mode button, and it doesn't look like I can actually see the machine in the typical ways in terms of Clipper. Should be 9. I can also try 9. No, I don't think there's any way for us to get access to fluid. Yeah, not looking good. You're right. Hey, sue me. 2 hours late. All good. Hey, look, 11:11. All right, let's get some filament in this thing, and we will just use their filament that they sent over, and we'll start our first print with the machine. All right, you know what? Is there a way I can just unbox them through here and just get rid of this tower instead of undoing each one? Looks like we can. All right, so this is going to be a pretty funky looking benchy, because that's obviously the first print that we're going to do. Since the colors are kind of not the most fluid. All right, so let's see how this process works. Can I just hang this filament on here and slide it on in here. Actually, I need to cut a tip off here. Also, I just noticed no snips. No snips, no major tools, no scraper, nothing. I mean, they got to keep the price down, I get it. But if this is your first machine, you're going to have to get a couple tools. All right, so we're putting black into one, and let's see how this works. So, can I just push it? Yeah, that's about as far as it goes. And let's see what it's showing us here. So it does know that there's filament in there. It thinks it's yellow. It's not. Let's go ahead and change it. How do I... Okay, I have to go to here. Edit. PLA. Black. Okay. I guess that was really, really easy. No snips, send it back. Right? Why does this name Flashforge sound familiar? I love their ASA. Sig Gray. Oh, nice. Yeah, they do make their own filament. Which way does this open? So it's opening to the left of the window. Okay, so this should be openable. Pretty cool that this pile of filament right here survived shipping like this. Doesn't include filament. It includes... I already complained about it. It includes those tiny samples. So not worth it. But it is... Here's the thing about that, actually. Because this doesn't have any kind of motors or any kind of specific system for filament, this will probably work with any kind of spool that you put on it. Which I guess is a benefit, you could say. If you do have 4 samples, they just hang over right here, and you'll be able to print with them. It doesn't have to be a full spool at all. All right, so that just goes in, and yeah, okay, it just pops up with filament. Let's see what's on here. PLA, PETG, PLACF, PETGCF, ABS, ASA, Silk, PETCF, PAHTCF. That's PPA as well. That's fantastic. SPAHT, S-Multi, PACF, HIPS, okay, PVA, TPU90A, TPU95A, TPU64D. That's pretty good. That is quite the range of filament. I'm really excited about the PAHTCF. That's pretty huge. If this machine can print this, even in this open, it's going to be kind of a game changer, simply because it can go to 320 on the hot end and 120 on the build plate. That's awesome. I wonder if we can do some kind of DIY enclosure for this machine and really take advantage of that. That's going to be great. I can see through this enclosure here, so there might have to be some more like printable things to kind of fully enclose, or maybe add a fan into there. I wonder if we can take a look at something like that. I think that's going to be pretty major. All right, so this is PLA and it's white. I would like to see more colors. Right off the bat, I can tell the color selector is lacking heavily. All right, cutting through everything. What about PVA? PVA is a support material that when you add it into water, it dissolves. And some machines have a hard time with PVA. I saw the box and light bulb went off. Extra slow, 420, EDDDD. All right, so we got pink. We'll put pink into 4. Enough to print a benchy? No, but these 4 spools should print us a benchy. Just not a very pretty one. All right, this is PLA and it's pink. I think everyone should do what the Snapmaker has done, and oh, actually, it's not Snapmaker, right? It's the X, Anycubic, and Anycubic Cobra X has a feature where you can type in a hex code. I want that on every machine. Please allow us to put in our own colors. This is a really nice orange. You guys will be able to see it better there. This camera has a really hard time with red and orange. Look at that. This is a really like vibrant, powerful orange. Kind of looks really similar to the Jackery orange or the Prusa orange. Very nice. Very good color. Hey, Scott, thank you for subbing to the channel. Appreciate it. Came with panels, all that white crap, and be a box behind you. Yeah, that's right. Let's cut it. We can get rid of that. The last orange I got was almost red. I have definitely had a few of those. A few of those. All right, pink has to go up here. And this should go into 3. I kind of randomly like the manual aspect of this machine. I don't know why. Maybe it's like bringing me back and giving me some kind of nostalgia or something. I don't know. All right, ready? And don't hit the camera. Okay, good. I only hit the ceiling, no problem. All right, that was what? Number 3. 3 is PLA and orange. Is there PLA plus or anything like that? No, it should be exactly the same. All right, and then we can load and unload. Can I pick more than one tool head? No. All right, so let's hit load. Insert filament into the tube. Press the extruder lever until filament cannot be pushed further. Release the lever gently. Pull the filament. If it does not come out, preloading is complete. Tap next. Okay, push all the way. Pull. Nope, comes right out. Push. I don't know. Am I misreading it? Let's see. I'm pushing that all the way in. Okay, that one worked. Push. Push all the way in. Okay. So it just, pushing the lever just gets it in a little bit further. Okay, next. All right, and it's doing it on 1. I wish I could select them all just to do... Oh, hold on. We need the bed in there. Just so I can do them all, right? I guess we don't need my tools anymore. Let's go ahead and put that away real quick. Guys, by the way, since it's 11:20, we have about 40 minutes left. Don't forget, Polymaker gives away some filament at the end of the stream. So if you guys are going to stick around, hit that link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Get yourself into gleam.io, and maybe you'll win some filament today. Yeah, man, hex codes, please. Every single company should do that. Flashforge, if you're watching, please add that in. It is an amazing feature. It might not seem like much, but it can be frustrating if you can't quite put in the correct color. And you have to kind of... It's not even that big a deal, really. But as a user, putting in your own hex code is such a powerful thing. And it's simple in terms of UI. I would definitely suggest it. Hey, Circus, how you doing? I wish it was a little bigger. I'm going to assume that they're kind of testing how cheap they can get something like this. And if they were to go to 300 to 350 right away, the price would be higher than some of the other machines in this category, and it wouldn't feel the same. So this is the first. I have a feeling this is the first. Hey, Palmer. How you doing? Yep, I did get it. I have not tested it with TPU. We literally just unboxed it. And this is the first time we're putting filament in it. Has filament been extruded? Yes, there is a pile. All right, let's go to 2. Let's go load. Next. Let it load. Yeah. Okay. And it just goes to the edge right over there and just literally makes a pile of dukes right over here. Good old pile of dukes. My frustration with Orca is that the color selection, the slicer, uses one interface, and one of bamboo filament selector is another, and they don't have the same colors. Yeah, it happens with a lot of different manufacturers, not just bamboo filament. It would be amazing to be able to type in your own and just have that color be what it is. Almost 50 entries? Let's see. Yeah, that's right, 50 entries. I think we've gone into the 70s before. This is an absolute bummer. The fact that they don't talk about Clipper at all, there's no mention of firmware, I gotta say is really disappointing. This is kind of their chance too, with all the drama going around. This is their chance to champion open source. I'm definitely going to be pretty forward with my opinion on that. Tool changes have made me buy more filament than ever before. That's hilarious. Hey, Mr. Scary, how are you? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. My initial impression is it looks like they did an absolutely fantastic job getting this package to a lower price point. You can definitely see where they're cutting costs to do it. But I'm not sure that some of those things being cut out matters so far, because so far the very initial impression, even before printing or using it, is pretty good. The only bummer so far that I've come to is, you can see above me, is we don't have access to fluid or mainsail, and there's no talk about firmware. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I would have liked them to be a little bit more open about that, but we'll see. I like these streams. Please do more. I try to do it once a week, and I actually got really sick last month. And then I had a whole bunch of other stuff happen where my time just was completely taken up. And it's been a month since I did my last one. But yeah, I try to do them at least once a week, and I'm pretty behind. I have another printer behind me to unbox, a printer to my right to work on and get working, because I just need a larger printer for a project I'm working on. There's definitely a bunch of streams that I can do. The problem with the streams is I'm working on a bunch of videos and some sponsored videos too, with some fun projects and product. And every time I do a live stream, it takes my time that I have for editing away, since I do all my editing. And that's a little bit of a bummer, because I have a lot of fun doing these things, but at the same time, they take away from actual ways for me to be relevant on YouTube. So a little bit of a double-edged sword, but I always enjoy live streaming, even when folks tell me I shouldn't to grow. Hard to lock down their printers for legislation when they open it up. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Z-Mod will be available. Can someone Google real quick while we're doing this little setup? Look at it pooping on the front side. Yeah, we just got a little bit of poo right there. Yeah. Thanks, Sumi. Yep, yeah, 2 kids, wife, full-time job, all sorts of things happening. We got sports and extracurricular activities and things like that, and yeah, I got pretty sick, which I'm obviously better now, but more sick than I thought. I'm getting old. It really took me out for a little while. Yes. Yep, and I do have a tutorial on how to do that. But yeah, modding the Ace was pretty easy, but you got to just cut a small hole in the back for a USB-C. You can modify the original cable or make an adapter yourself just for the cable. So the actual Ace doesn't have to be modded at all. You might have to make a cable that goes 4 pins, well, it's 3 pins to a USB. And you should be good to go, and you have to use packs. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully it leads to something where open source becomes even more relevant than ever. That would be amazing. I think Zmod is available. That would be great. Oh, nice. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna come here too. I think if this isn't open and they lock us into different things, I think that's gonna be out of the question. But if this machine is open, yeah, we'll get all kinds of stuff to it. All right, let's check this out. So this is how this machine purges. It doesn't make poops. It makes what do you call this? What was that one meatball thing on what was that one cartoon on Adult Swim back in the day? Yeah, it makes some little strings for us. Actually, that stuff would be pretty easy to put through the Creality filament machine. Tumbleweed. Meatwad! Yes! Thanks, Michael. Meatwad, that's what I was thinking. Speaking of spaghetti, hold on. This is relevant. I guess I could have just showed it to you online. Huh? You guys see that? Better spaghetti. Maybe I should wear that shirt with a little bit of an animation of the machine purging. That is on 3dprintsos.com. Let's see, right over here. First 3D printed spaghetti, 2018, baby. That's right, the one and only. All right, I think we're ready. Let's do this. So let's go to print file, and it looks like there's 2 available. Actually, can we do it here? Can we do it here? Local print file. So we have the tiny logo that takes 10 minutes and a Benchy that takes 50 minutes. Oh man, because it's multicolor. I'm gonna do the Benchy. I'm not gonna be able to finish the Benchy tonight, but I'll make a short in the morning. I guess we can do both. We can do the logo, it'll finish, and then we'll start the Benchy, and because we have 30 more minutes. Okay, let's do that. That way we'll have 2 small prints. Okay, let's try it. Logo, PLA, I'm gonna hit print. Leveling, flow calibration, time-lapse. We don't need time-lapse. Flow calibration should probably be done. That's gonna take longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do it. All right, and then, is it just going? Wait, what about colors? Wait. Select an extruder to edit. Whoa, 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 hold on. Why? How is it printing this? Is it just gonna do black and white? Because 1 and 2? It didn't let me select which filament it's gonna use. Okay. Hold on, one thing I want to do. Auto tracking. Yeah, the camera follows me around. You get what you get. Looks like you've already got some feedback for them. Yeah, you're right. You know, this is just how I'm in 95 different machines, right? This kind of stuff is easy to spot when you're constantly unboxing and using machines. I'm thinking I'm gonna hit end. Here, I'm gonna hit end. Wow, that was a very fast cancellation. Usually this takes some time. It even dropped off the hot end? Yeah, it did. All right, what I'm doing this for is if I do that on the machine, do I get to select the colors? Leveling, flow calibration. Let's hit print. No. What? Pre-sliced files may not be able to change filament numbers? What? You mean like this is G code and not like a 3MF? No, even a G code file. So on any machine that I have here, if I was to click any file on them and there was multicolor involved, it's going to say, hey, which colors do you want to map? This one is like, no. So as much as I want to agree, Brian, I don't think that's necessarily true. This is the file. I don't know. I don't know. It's a first print. I don't have access to these files. All I can do is select them and click on them. Sure it does. I can do it right now. 100%. 100%, because I do it all the time. Yeah, if I select, let's say this panda, let me turn off time lapse. Nozzle doesn't match. Oh, right, because I have 0.6 on here. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to print any of this stuff. And if I print that, it's gonna try to go external, which I don't have set up. Okay, maybe that was a bad example with this. Let's see. Yeah, because I have 0.6 installed into there. All right, bad example. This is not gonna work. If I do brush, okay, this one might, because it can pick one up. Okay, here we go. So brush, hit next. There we go. It says which color. I click on it, select this one. You guys can't see this at all, can you? Anyway, you can. That's on this machine. This one is off. Here's the SnapMaker. SnapMaker, I go to start. Here's a file that I've already printed right here. PLA, I can click it, which one. I can select any of them. I'm going to hit this one. Yeah, I can pretty much on any machine that I think I've ever used, you can select the color on the file. Tried on the CD. I did. I canceled it from the app and tried it on the LCD, and unfortunately, both the same thing. Yeah, you can't change the filament type, but the color you can choose from. Hey, Maker Viking, how you doing, buddy? How you been? So you need their version of Orca? I am. This is their version of Orca. It's now called Flash Studio. But it looks like it's extremely limited to what you can see on the device tab here. Like extremely, like there's nothing available. I'm doing great. Just checking out this machine. Pretty excited for anything that's pushing 3D printing forward. And this machine definitely will. Wow, it is doing a serious purging because we're doing a calibration. Check that out. So looks like, which tool head are we using? 4? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do pink. Yeah, that's insane that I couldn't choose the color there. Is it possible that Flashforge has spools hard-coded into the G-code? I mean, that seems to be the case, but that's why it's throwing me off. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And we're going to find out after this puck prints. I'm going to start the Also, why is it restarting? After the puck print, I'm going to start the Benchy and see if it has the same issue. Hey, Nick. This is purge just to get under the... Yeah, that's how they do it. Are you sure it's not hiding the menu somewhere inside another menu? Flashforge can do that? Yes, I'm pretty sure. Look at that poop. Yeah, might just be screensaver. Oh, it is. It is a screensaver. I thought the screensaver from like the other machines was just it going really dark. But yeah, Palmer, you're 100% correct. Leveling requires the bed temperature to be stable. Please wait. Okay. So it did some kind of calibration, but it looks like it did it only on pink, which is toolhead number 4, and now it's going to do leveling with no toolhead. What about doing this purge thing on the other colors to calibrate the other toolheads? Is it just that does it only need one? Hey, Bearder Printer, thank you for your order. I really appreciate it. I'll be sure to send both you guys that have purchased shirts today a message. Thank you, guys. Yep, yeah, it's flow calibration. That's right. So now it's doing, looks like it's going to 65C, and it just reached it, so we'll see. So it's already been almost 10 minutes. Guys, keep in mind there's about 20 minutes left before the Polymaker giveaway, so jump into the top of the chat, get into gleam.io, have a chance to win some filament from Polymaker. We already did that. We already did that calibration, so this is just the purging, just the flow. Gleam.io, that's right. This is definitely a very unique thing that it does with the little point that's on the bottom here. It's not actually using any of the tool heads to do any kind of leveling. So it's using that and then doing the offset calibration that we did earlier, using the offset calibration to figure out each tool head. That's pretty unique. Really slow bounce on the leveling. Where's the link? If you're on Twitch, it should be pinned at the top of the chat. Here, let me minimize this. If you're on Twitch, yep, it should be pinned to the top of the chat. It's not? Pinned. Check again. Yeah, pinned right here. This is pinned. It just showed up. It looks like I had to repin it again. But yeah, there is 61 entries at the moment, so not too bad a chance. There's about 17 minutes left. Yeah, I mean, they do have sales all the time as well. So if you kind of monitor their website, sometimes they get really good deals on there. My favorite thing about Polymaker is they keep improving their filament recipes. They don't just like leave it. And then obviously the selection is crazy. Why don't we have cool screensavers anymore? Right. Yeah, where's pipes? What's up with that? I want pipes. They stay creeping. These shirts are rather roomy. Like, this is an extra large on me. And I do like this type of shirt. They're kind of, they're not necessarily super heavy, but they are on the heavier side. They're not that super lightweight. So if you're a little bit more 3D like me, they fit pretty good. This is how I like my shirts. The other shirts that I just got a sample of, this is a pretty unique one. This is the Toolheads shirt, and this is the kind that's like printed all over, not just on the front or the back or whatever. And this one runs a little bit small because it's stretchy and it's a little tight on me. So I would go a little bit higher on this one. One size up on that. But this is the only shirt. All the shirts are like this, and this one shirt, one specific shirt is on the smaller side. Hey, thanks for following me on Twitch, Hybrid. I appreciate that. Yeah, like this is a really cool looking shirt, but it's a little bit tight. Maybe by mid to end summer, I'll be able to wear it. I still need an insulated tumbler for my coffee. I can definitely add stuff like that on there. I just didn't want to I didn't want to overdo it with the stuff. But yeah, bouncing DVD logo. That's right. Check out 3dprintsos.com. There's a bunch of cool stuff on there. But yeah, that one's unique because, like I mentioned earlier, like this shirt, for example, is just the red shirt, and this is printed on the front of it. This is actually all white, and the whole thing is printed. So it's about double the cost of my other shirts, but it's completely different. It's like a stretchy, pretty heavy material. Like this is heavier than this shirt. It feels really good. This is a high quality shirt, that's for sure. I'm not gonna say it's like a jersey. It kind of feels like a cycling jersey would, if that makes sense. But it looks cool, and I illustrated all those hot ends. Sporting the yeah, you know, it's getting worse and worse too. I gotta slow it down. Yeah, I believe so, but they are printed here as far as I understand. But it's a print. They print it when you order it. There's no stock sitting anywhere. Hey, smart. So we're still doing a full bed mesh for a tiny 10-minute print. So Flashforge, if you guys are still sticking around and watching, I would definitely consider doing an adaptive mesh so that it only needs to make the mesh where the print is. Super, especially if this is running Clipper or firmware based on Clipper, should be very, very easy to implement. Literally one line to copy and paste. And it would save us so much time. So we're almost at, we're 16 minutes on a 10-minute print. You know, I'm not talking bad about calibration before print. I actually prefer calibration before print because that means the more prints will be successful. So I almost never turn off calibration before printing. Even on back-to-back prints most of the time. Because the success rate goes up. But in some situations, it'd be nicer if it was faster. But I totally understand this part. But yeah, adaptive mesh would save at least 6 minutes. Guessing you can't use Orca with this. I have no way to tell at the moment. I guess we can try to turn Orca on. I probably would have to update it. I haven't used it in quite some time since I use all of the manufacturers. Here, let me try to... Yep, okay, let me download it. And let's go down here. Mac Universal. All right, let's install the latest real quick. Almost done. And we'll check it. Horse milk shirt. I don't think there's a profile yet. This might be too new. Okay. Application. Yep. Replace. All right, we're loading. Yeah, I mean, on the previous Flashforge Orca thing that they had a network plugin. I didn't notice it on this new one. Someone else just make a purchase? Hey, Jeremy, thank you very much for making a purchase on the store. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely send you guys a little message from me after the live stream. All right, so it looks like we are already printing. It purged pink. Does it tell me what toolhead it's using? Okay, so I can tell here. So it's using T4 at the moment, which is pink. Looks pretty clean. I'll zoom in a minute here once we figure out Orca. Orca 2.3.2. There's no profile, just checked. All right. It's a bit of a bummer, but let's just for funsies check it out. So I've been using it with my Voron here. Go here. Nope. Let's go here. Oof, look at all the machines I got in there. Holy. All right. Flashforge 85X. There's the Guider 4. Yeah, so they don't have it in here yet. I wonder if there is a profile that we can drag in there. Even though, hold on, let's try this. I'm gonna go 85X, and then we'll go to here, and let's do 192.168.68.64 is the IP for this. And let's see if it can test on the network. No. Interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. I know this is the wrong machine. But you should still be able to connect whatever it is on here. Just as a test to see if that's even true. What's my Snapmaker at? 92. So if I put 92 here, we should, yeah, see? Right now it's connected to that. So they have blocked Orca Slicer. Interesting. I'm trying to not be disappointed to this level that I am. Will there be a kit available? I would really hope so, because it would make this an even better deal because the hot ends can go to 320 and the bed can go to 120. That would be a big deal if we could later enclose this. It looks like they blocked Orca. Change the host to Flashforge. God, I hope it works. One 192, 168, 68, 64. Flashforge. Hey, Kerplop, thank you very much for placing an order on the store. I really appreciate that. I hope all you guys enjoy your shirts. Thank you very much. Flashforge. We've been fighting for this for so long. Guys, have you guys watched? Oops. Have you guys watched? I unfortunately haven't had the chance, but have you guys watched these videos? Have any of them tested the Orca nature of the machine? Do you know? What color did it end up doing? Black. Okay, so we're doing pink and black. So he chose to do the first tool head and the last tool head. I read somewhere on the Flashforge website that there will not be a kit available to upgrade to the Pro later. Well, we don't want it to be a Pro, we just want to enclose it. And I think there'll be plenty of DIY enclosures for this machine. It looks very, very simple to enclose, luckily. Don't remember doing? Okay. Hybrid, you talking to me? Paying attention? Does anyone see me here? Yeah. We see you. Oh, the current Orca Nightly. It has both the Creator 5 and 5 Pro in it now. Ooh, okay. Okay. We are going to get that immediately. Orca Slicer. Where is Nightly? Nightly. So I just grabbed this one. Where releases? There we go. Orca Nightly builds. Thank you very much for that tip, Hybrid. Thank you very much. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, let's get Mac Universal. Let's go. I appreciate that. That's huge. I really got bummed out that it said blocked. That really kind of took me out. By the way, guys, there's about 5 minutes left in the filament giveaway from Polymaker, so definitely jump into that link that's at the top of the chat. All right, we're gonna update our Orca real quick. Well, I can tell you the reason why no one used Orca in those videos, and I do this too, by the way. I always use the manufacturer's slicer for my review video, And that's because it's very likely that if you don't have multiple machines or you're new to the whole thing, you're going to use the software that the manufacturer recommended to you. So I don't like to potentially cause other issues by me using like a third party where it could have all been solved because the profiles on the main slicer could have solved them. Do you know what I mean? So I get it why they didn't use it. And I wouldn't have too. I do the same thing. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go to prepare. Let's go to here. Add remove. Flashforge is at the tippity top. Uh-oh. I don't see it. Did I get the right version? Also, am I blind? No. Okay. All right, hold on. Which one did I grab? Two, 3, 2. Did I close it? I did. Here, let me go to history, releases. This should have been... Does it say what the build is? Where's the build? All right, you know what? Hold on. Let me try on this one. Just for fun. Oops. Let's try this. 192, 168, 68, 64. Looks like our print is done. Oh, it used all 4 colors. Even better. And we get a little song. Whoa. Whoa, that got cut down, didn't it? Okay, so it is a different one. Host type, Flashforge, printer agent. Yeah, I think it's Orca. Let's see. Test. Let me try again. I'm gonna quit this. So I downloaded this. Mac Universal. Is this the wrong one? Hold on. I might have installed the one I previously installed. I did. That's my fault completely, guys. I installed the wrong one. I reinstalled the older one. Here we go. Replace. By the way, guys, it is 12, so the giveaway should be over. I'll do it as soon as we figure this out. Then we'll start the Benchy. Took 11 minutes to print. After cleaning the build plate, tap print again. Nope, no print again. We'll wait for that to cool so I can pop that off. And as soon as this is done, we'll do the Benchy. And we'll call, I'll set this up. We'll get the winner to the giveaway, and then I'll start the Benchy. And we'll call it then. All right, that should be loaded. Let's get the nightly open. Yeah, 2.4. Okay, good. Here we go. Boom. Bam. Bang. Come on. Whoa. Okay, this is obviously newer because it's different right away. Artillery, BQ. What is this company? Chanying. That looks like a Flashforge 85X or 85M. Co-print, cool. Wow, Congo, whoa. All the Enders. Cubicon, interesting. Dremel, of course. Flashforge. Guys. Nope. Click on the little icon on the top left. No, unfortunately, I don't see it. All right. Well, here, let's try it here as well. Just for the sake, whoops, of trying. 2, 1, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 4. We'll go Flashforge on them. Test. Connection refused. Let's see if this should be Moonraker. Test. Refused. Let's see if it's Bamboo Lab. Nah. Nah, it should just be this. There's two little icons on the upper left. Click the second one and search for Flash. Flash. Search. Yeah, I mean, it takes me here, but those machines aren't on there. In a printer, see if under networking it has LAN mode. The machine definitely has LAN mode. I saw it. Network, LAN only. We can try it. There we go. Let's hit LAN mode. Disables internet and cloud services. Okay. There we go. Now it is in LAN mode. I don't think that's gonna play a role here, but we will try. Yeah, connection failed. And if we minimize this, go back here, this won't do anything either. You're still in the wrong version after all that? I'm in the nightly builds. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this side chat. I've given you the answers. All right, let me scroll up. IP 7125. You mean you have the right version? Okay. Enable developer mode and preferences. I don't think I've seen a developer mode in here unless you're talking about Orca Slicer, which I don't think I even knew that there was a developer mode. Developer mode. All right, I'm in. That gives you the Creator 5. Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing. Flash. I don't see it yet. Creator. No, I don't see it yet. If it does not say 2.4 dev, you have the wrong version. What an interesting side quest that we're on now. Whoops. About 2.4 dev. I'm on the right one. Might not have it in the Mac version. That's possible. Although Yeah, I mean, if you could export that profile, I can import it. But that's not the point, right? The point is this part. I'm running the Mac version here, and you see the Creator 5 in it. Here, well, now the developer mode is on. Maybe it just needs a reboot. All right. I don't mean to let everyone hang, by the way, for the win. I'm just trying to troubleshoot real quick. Okay, it's not just in here. Maybe it's here? No, it's not. Nah, for whatever reason, I don't have it. Discord? Okay, I'll try it. On the way. Download. Let's see if it works cross-platform. I've never tried it. Here we will do import configs. Let's see. Flashforge creator print. Okay, Orca printer. Yep. Okay, we're gonna open. There are 8 configs imported. Okay, that worked. Let's see what configs are imported. Oh, I thought they show up here when you import them like that. Oh, here we go. Flashforge Creator 5. Here we go. All right. Oh, why can't I pick it? All right, hold on. Now that those are in there, let's do another reboot. You're making this much too difficult. Why? There we go. Here's that profile. For whatever reason, I can't click it. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're on. Flashforge Creator 5 with a 0.4mm nozzle. Now we'll go here. 192.168. 68. 64. We'll change this to Flashforge test. Connection refused. What if we keep this on Orca Clipper? Connection failed. All right, add. Okay, we'll do. Flashforge. How do you know this, dude? Test. Okay, that's different. Undefined error. Does that mean it's good? No, I can't click OK. 7125. I know stuff. They changed the Moonraker. Oh, okay, so change this to Moonraker. I don't see it anymore. Oh, this Moonraker. Let's see, test. Still 0. No, Flashforge did 7125 is usually Moonraker. Yeah, no luck on that. Yeah, no connection. Orca. Nah. Okay, anyway, we'll figure this out a little later. I'll get into the weeds and we'll figure it out. All right, let's do this part. We got 70 entries. Time to give up. Yeah. No, I'm not going to give up. I just want to be fair and give away this filament and then start a new print like we promised, right? All right, good luck, everybody. Hey, Wick Allen, thank you for placing another order. I appreciate that. You guys are rocking it today, man. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. I truly appreciate it. Time to probe your network off stream. Yeah, for sure. Oh, gotta get out. Yeah, you're right. Yep, probably got to get out of this so that it can be on there. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Yep, okay, we'll try that in a second. All right, let's do the giveaway. All right, I'm going in. Let's go. Let's do winners. We're going to go to draw a winner. Draw one winner. Go ahead and draw. All right, good luck, everybody. Hopefully the winner is here. Okay, so the question was, did you buy a multi-tool headed machine? Why or why not? And this person said, not yet, but my next printer will be. My next one will be. Perfect. I'm going to announce winners in widgets. Announce with avatar. Announce. Congratulations to Anthony C. Anthony C, are you in the chat? Bearded, that's right. I'm here. All right. Anthony, congratulations on the win. Can you do me a favor and can you actually, hold on, do I need it? Yes, just because the name doesn't quite match. It's all right. No, I'll do this because I've done it for everyone else. What are the 3 last letters of your email that you used for the giveaway before the @ symbol? All right, 3 of the last letters in your email before the @ symbol. ABC. It's not.com. All right, AJC, that's you. Thank you for verifying. Here's what you need to do. Oh, let's do this big thing. Here's what you need to do. Please email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. That's FEDOR at 3dprintsos.com. Once again, fedor@3dprintsos.com. Email me. Make sure the subject line is today's date, and make sure you say that you won today's giveaway. I'll double check the email with the winner with the winner announcement in Gleam, and I will reply probably, if not tomorrow, then the day after. I'll reply to you with a code and a link from Polymaker. It's a simple form. You add your unique code that I'll send you to the form, and it gives you credit on your on their website. You'll be able to buy stuff. In fact, if they have a sale, you can buy multiple spools, which is pretty cool. You can add to it whatever you want to do. Fed confirmed. Yeah, Federal was definitely a nickname for a while for me. But yeah, Fedor, FEDOR at 3dprintsos.com. So shoot me an email there. Congratulations on the win. If you're able to log in, it'll at least ask you for login. Well, the thing with that is, well, I'm not sure if it will, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's going to work like that. Oh, man, I did so much other stuff. Here we go. 9.4, let's see. No, we don't have root access. It would have already asked me. Let me make sure this IP address is correct. Device info. Yeah, 6864. Nah, they locked us down. I'm not in LAN mode. I'm no longer in LAN mode. Yeah, I'm on network. Yeah. I printed some kind of coin. I haven't even looked at it yet because really interested in what's going on here. Because I would love to be able to use any slicer, and it looks like, no, it's 64. 64 or 94? Man, now I'm dyslexic or something. Yes, 64. Am I typing in 94 this entire time? No, 64. You type 95 and oh my god. Okay. I did. Thank you for catching that. Yes. Password. What would be the password on this? Well, what was it on the other machines? Why would Orca add these printers? I just don't think it's possible yet. Yeah, support is probably not finished. 4 zeros? No. Password? No. Hey, Kaylin, thank you very much for placing an order on the site. I really appreciate it, guys. You're killing all your viewers with ADHD. Oh, it's so true. It's so true. Barton, that you just resonated into my soul. Yeah, man. I have it. Undiagnosed. Oh, man. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Clipper? No. Let's try one last thing before I quit. SSH, Flashforge. Logins root is Clipper. Nope, not Clipper. Let's go AD5X. No, 85X didn't have SSH installed unless you do different firmware, so this wouldn't work. This person has created a tool for the Adventurer 3. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna quit this and we'll have to do it later. Have you tried connecting from Orca when you disabled LAN mode? Yes, but we can give it one more go as soon as I start this print. It's fun, but I have to go. All right, Hybrid. Appreciate you being here, helping out. Thank you very much. All right, let's check out this first print, guys. Right? Like we haven't even seen what this thing did. All right, so we got a little purge right here. We have our little block, and let's check our first official print. We have a coin. Hold on. Come on, camera. There we go. We have a nice Flashforge coin. Pretty sharp looking corners there, aren't they? Pretty good. And we got pink, black, orange, and white. So all four were used. Looking good. All right, let's do our benchy. And see what it's all about. Here we go. We'll go to print file. Let's see if it asks us or just does 4 colors. Benchy. Flow calibration we don't need to do because we just did it. And it should be saved. Leveling we don't need to do because it's going to do the whole bed. And we just did it. We don't need it. We're just going to go ahead and hit print. Yeah, it didn't ask me for colors. That's kind of wild. Yeah, we'll have to ponder that. Great looking print, yeah. Flashforge maker chip, yeah, could be. Where's K2 Kev when you need him, right? Good for one free beer, Fetter's Tap House. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a cool little thing. Nice little test. I remember this on the 85X or 815M. I don't remember which one. 85X had it, but it wasn't as clean. You went to bed, Pez Liz. How you doing? That's funny. That's hilarious. Can you pull the fan off your 85X and see if the ducts are warping yet? I could, but I honestly, well, yeah, I could. It's over there in the other, it's in my storage room. He was here lurking, oh yeah? Panda Treat launches tomorrow. It's so wild. I saw it today, and I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it's not. It's real. Honestly, it's really hard to keep up with BQ. They do so much. Oh, cool. Oh, I'll definitely have to tune in. What time? Thoughts on the non-pro having holes for the fans with no fans? Yeah, I mean, you know, if we ever try to enclose this, we're going to have to block them off or put fans in them. What sort of details does Flashforge software give during the print? Nothing. It gives you nothing, really. Where is it at? There's very, very little information on here. Is it disconnected? Yeah, it's things the machine is offline now. Here, let's go here. Print, please input the printer access code. You can find it in settings, network mode. What? All right, hold on. I have to restart it because it thinks it's still in LAN mode, but it's not. Friday, 8:30 a.m. usually. Is that Australian time? All right, here we go. It does think this thing is offline. Would you like to log the printer out? No. I want to use the printer. What is going on? Why do I have to put some kind of code in? For what? Settings network. Network mode. I'm not in LAN mode. Network mode. Their network mode doesn't even exist here. I'll put that in, but I think we're gonna need a full reboot of this and the machine for this to catch back up. But yeah, it looks like I just don't have access to this anymore. Come on. Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, ooh, is this developer mode? Hey, we have developer mode on here. Network plugin, reload. This probably will help. Please restart the application, okay? I bet that'll work. You have to reboot the machine, yeah. Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking when I saw it. It's a joke. I thought it was April Fool's, but no. That's a real thing. It converts Bamboo Lab machines into edible food 3D printers. Yeah, it looks like I can just no longer connect to this machine. All right, we'll have to reboot, and we'll do that later. Yeah, I mean, this part is definitely disappointing. I would have been really happy to see Clipper on here. Based on how it reboots during which points, it's definitely running Clipper, something based off of Clipper, for sure. So we'll see how that pans out. I printed onto cheesecake. Ooh. That's next level. I've been listening to streams of podcasts as I rewire one of my Vorons with a new PCC heater. I feel like you've been fighting communism trying to get this machine to print. No, the thing is, it's been printing, and the function of the machine is perfectly fine. All I want is just access to the firmware. I want to see all the settings that are available. I just want more control. I want to see some information. I want to see the logs. I want to see what the printer is doing at the moment and why. I know that's a power user thing. I get it. But it's always nice to be able to see that stuff if I want to, instead of digging and begging for it, you know? Yes. I will look. I will go looking. Discord. Yes. That is so cool. So cool. So cool. Yeah. So it's essentially, is it like an edible inkjet? Is that what it is? Try looking for custom firmware. I think that since the machine hasn't shipped to anybody, I don't think there'll be custom firmware yet. All right, so the benchy is going to be mostly black, which is good. We'll be able to see a bunch of details. And looks like it's gonna do the decking in another one, the trim in another one, and the roof in another one, which is perfect. It is printing rather quickly. The cooling looks to be pretty good. Great. Super easy, nice. I mean, I'll definitely test it. That was just talking about their political statements, which, you know, it is what it is. So Zmod. All right. Well, we'll have to dig around that off screen. All right, everybody. I still think that, you know, I'm going to continue testing the machine. Hopefully, we'll get some control over firmware at some point. I'm obviously going to send feedback back to Flashforge as I typically do. Custom brownies. For non-internet connected, see, I don't know about that. But I am, cheap is not the right word. I'm using, what's it called, Deco? Which Deco? I don't remember which Deco. But I'm using them because the app is really powerful. I can isolate machines really easily. I have controls over pretty much anything. Parental controls, obviously pretty important to me. I can always cut off an entire, you know, cut off the internet for any device with a simple button. I can monitor things. It's really fantastic. I would highly suggest those. But if you weren't on the internet, would it be useful? Like, I can isolate any of these 3D printers off of the actual network and just give it the internet. With literally a click of a button. Hey, Palmer, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Right, I saw that. OpenSense, cool. You seriously quit without print? No, I got this coin, and we have a Benchy printing. We have this, here, let it do its thing. Hold on. Come on. Actually, look how sharp the corners of the white print are. It's pretty good. This is a very good print. We got all 4 colors. Great bottom, great top, great side. This thing's good. We got good coin, and we have a multicolor Benchy going. So what I'll do is tomorrow morning, when I come back down here, I'll take a quick video of everything, and probably do a little short of an update. And I'll definitely be looking into the firmware. So usually when I test the machine, it sits up here on my table. So, you know, I'll be down here editing and all kinds of stuff, and this is going to sit here. And you guys know my ADHD isn't going to let this thing sit here. So I'll definitely dig in. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, something like Deco makes that kind of stuff super easy. Because you can just isolate the machine and then go LAN mode and developer mode and just have it be on local Wi-Fi, and the machines won't be able to see your network. Yeah, but it is expensive. I believe it was like almost $500 for the system, and basically you get 3 of these routers that you put around your house, and it's an invisible mesh, so you don't have to pick different ones. It's just wherever you are in your home, you get the best internet, and you can obviously hardwire from it. Nah, all good. All right, everybody, congrats to Anthony C on winning the Filament, of course. Let's do a little recap of what we had going on. So, guys, there is, if you are interested in this machine, please consider using the links down below. I have a link to the official Flashforge website where this is marked $7.99 with a $100 discount, so $6.99, and then also a link to AliExpress where they have some pretty good discounts. So this is eligible for a $70 discount from the official store. So definitely check out the link there. If you guys are interested in these cool shirts, right over here, 3dprintsos.com will get you there. Check them out on here. There's also a website that I put up called 3dprinterbandtracker.3dprintsos.com. I know that's a mouthful. 3dprinterbandtracker.3dprintsos.com. This will get you the latest news on all the potential printer bans throughout all the different states. If you just click on one, let's say you see Washington over here, this one is pending, it brings you down to it. It explains what it does, what it's targeting, and the full timeline of when things will happen. And then official pages that you can go to if you want to make contact or get even more information on each one. You can also further get shirts like this one right over here. They come in different colors as well. So definitely check that out. That's 3dprinterbandtracker.3dprintsos.com. Thank you, Polymaker, for giving away filament at the end of my stream. I absolutely love giving away filament. We've literally given away hundreds and hundreds of spools of filament through live streaming, and it's always really fun. Thank you guys for being YouTube members, Patreon members. I'm currently working and almost done doing the Max 4 review. So definitely looking forward to that video. Should be done in a few days, I guess. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for joining in. I'm going to try to do another one of these next week and hopefully keep that up as much as I can. I do have a bunch of content to cover and do. And if you guys do find anything useful for this machine, if you guys are just digging around or you saw a video, connect with me on Discord. Yeah, let's chat on there as well. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it. Oh, look, we're doing a second color here. Let me show you real quick. There we go. Close that. Close that. Close this. Bam. And there we go. So we're on the second color on the benchy. No purge. Just a quick swap of the hot end, and it's off to the races. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Lots to like about the machine. I obviously don't like the firmware part, and I'll have my voice heard to Flashforge for sure. Maybe they'll unlock things. I have had companies literally give me access before just by me talking about it. So maybe this will be the same case. We'll see. All right, everybody. Let's check Raid Valencia Glass. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the Valencia Glass. Yeah, let's do a quick raid. Valencia Glass. All right, let's do it. All right, let's do a raid. Valencia Glass. Let's go. Raid has been created. Was fun, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for popping in here, man. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna look at, like I said, I always try to do it once a week, but things come up when I can't. I try to at least give you guys a day or two in advance when I say that I'm doing these things. But definitely jump into the Discord because I'm always on there. I have it open on my phone and on my computer the whole day, so I love checking out what you guys are printing and doing and answering questions and stuff whenever I can. So definitely jump into the Discord. That should be in the description as well. All right, guys, let's do this raid for those that are on. Oh, it's literally what I thought it was. Like, it's literally glass. Cool. Yeah, let's do a follow. Cool. I can't hear what they're saying.
Hey, 3D print.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, welcome Raiders.
Cool. Is this like in his? Is this like in his shop?
Ferret. She's fine, I assume.
This is like,
How's your stream, 3D?
wow.
Welcome, Raiders.
I'm impressed.
Skin. Anybody who may not know me, my name's Phil. We're just playing with some 2,000 degree glass casually. I'm layering up some red.
Wow, this is actually really cool. I know you probably guys can't hear this, but wow.
White a little more. I don't think I need that much. Go. Oh, thank you, Sam.
That is a large man. Wait, he brought a little drinky drink? That's friendship right there. Very nice. Love it. I'm gonna have to check this out. Oh, that's great. All right, everybody. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you, Flashforge, for giving me a chance to check out the Creator 5. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys later.